I need that sports encyclopedia. Where you at, Steve Kim? Got Trent in the cut. Yeah.
Where you at, man? In the gym shooting, I'm Durant. You ain't shooting John Moran.
Darnell is the Ball State legend. I'm the Warren Central High School legend.
I'm proving with a reliable source, straight from the mouth of the horse. Smitty and JB and Smitty from West Coast to Yost.
I love talking ball. It's nice to connect with guys that are like-minded and just are real and genuine.
Better stay in your lane. How did
you are fucking insane. Dude, what? You just will not give this guy his flowers. What is wrong with you?
Oh, you must have thought I was a bitch.
I am him. Use not it. What's the topic? With your logic when I flow. Big Komodo, how it's talking.
You gotta get back to letting the baby cry a little bit to see if they can soothe themselves. That's a bar.
Issues get pressed so past it don't get sacked like bags and baggage. Smitty and Jason Brown killed it, yeah, it's a rap. We what the game's been missing, we switched it and filled the gap.
I identified him after his third fight and I said that guy can be a star.
I'm so proud of the show, bro.
The gap. Smitty and Jason Brown.
To the Coach JP show.
What up? We are back in the building, and we got our work hats on, work boots on. It is Work Boot Wednesday. Strap up your hard hats and your work boots. It is time to go. We got a loaded lineup today. It is Work Boot Wednesday. You know that as well. Download the Discord app. Become a member of our Slap Nation crew. Plus, you get connected right to our winnable slap picks, which are hitting. I went 1-1 last night. The damn Warriors just died on us, and I think it's over in Golden State. We're going to dive into it, but we got cappers from every sport playing with us, and you can be the next big winner. Subscribe to our First Down plan today and play weekly or monthly with the pros. Winnable.com/slap-picks. We got a loaded lineup. Big Matt McChesney will join us today to talk about the Sanders' latest tweets, plus Cormani McClain's exit along with his Spaces extravaganza on Twitter last night with the fans, along with 7 other transfers leaving Colorado. Plus, Keynan Middleton may drop by if he gets time. He is busy and doing all things to get back on the mound. Plus, the Lakers are in. The Warriors are out. Plus, we're going to talk some NFL mock draft. The Commanders have 4 quarterbacks visiting today. And we got some Major League Baseball news. And, of course, college football talk on the realest show on planet Earth. Pound the like, subscribe, become a member if you're not one. And remember, we got Prize Picks, BetOnline, and Winnables as proud sponsors of this show. And it is the greatest show on planet Earth. We live in a time that you can lie on folks, ruin their careers, and face absolutely zero consequences. We can hide behind our social media accounts that are fake. We can hide behind our phones that are often thrown away after committing some heinous crime, and you all will glorify it. We will glorify idiotic behavior, even life-changing, damaging behavior. Matt Ariza was basically ostracized, took 2 years to get back on a squad, and the Kansas City Chiefs luckily signed him. In the latest career-ruining ploy, Trevor Bauer was lied on by a lady named Lindsay Hill, who we finally have issued felony fraud and extortion charges to. But do they stick? Does she do jail time? It will be determined. I doubt it. It will be unprecedented if so. Don't forget about Mel Tucker, who was lied on by Brenda Tracy, who has been at the forefront of this entire false accusation of men list for quite some time. She has made up more BS for her narrative and her cause than anyone. It's a shame because when the real idiots out there, meaning the real man that actually does harm to a woman or strikes a woman or does some heinous crime versus a woman, which we know happens, it will be desensitized because of all these lies that certain females are doing to ruin certain people's lives that I have not only been a part of, but I have seen ruin countless lives, student athletes' lives, professionals' lives. And we have allowed it for years. It is time to start holding everyone accountable, the accused and accuser, if they do indeed lie to ruin a life. That is the morning intro because we got a loaded show, and I want to get to sports. Lakers beat the Pelicans. Warriors lose to the Kings. Darvin Ham says he wants all the smoke, and he wants to play the Nuggets. Aaron Rodgers says HIV was created by our government, plus the Trevor Bauer, latest victim of a lie, plus Matt McChesney joins us to talk Shiloh and Shadeur Sanders tweets, who a lot of people presume is at me. And then Colorado football. Cormani McClain has been one of the latest five-star kids to exit the program. But before we begin, my wonderful co-host, Ball State legend, Naptown's finest, 317 Far East Side great, and AR5 defendant, Lamar Jackson loving, LeBron hairline having, our Fox Sports very own. Welcome in, Big Smitty.
What's going on, y'all? What's going on, man? It's Wednesday. We are here. We are live. JB, you got to add one more thing to my intro. You got to add something about Caitlin Clark, like Caitlin Clark fanatic, or whatever word you want to use, because she's in my city now, JB. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I can add that. It softens you a little, but I can add it.
Speaking of getting softened, somebody that I know on this show, I could have sworn, I could have sworn I saw somebody getting a manicure and a pedicure yesterday on social media. Like, I was scrolling on Instagram, JB, and like the person that I saw, I was like, had to rub my eyes to make sure they weren't deceiving me. But I thought I saw some legendary coach who's probably the most gangster dude I know getting his fingernails and his toenails shaped and size, and I don't know, JB. I mean, maybe I'm tripping. I don't know.
What does size and shape mean? I don't know, but I know this.
Scraped and shaped and massaged, and I don't know.
I never heard of that.
Could be wrong. I could be wrong. I don't know.
Sure?
I, to this day, I don't know. Like, maybe I was dreaming, hallucinating. That's what I'm saying. Like, the person who was doing it, I'm like, ain't no way in hell that this cat is getting a manicure and a pedicure after all the talk he says about being masculine and being a man, and I don't use straws, and I don't do this, and I don't do that. I don't put anything cylinder in my mouth. Pause. I know that cat didn't go get his feet done. There's no way. So, you know what? The more I talk about it out loud, I'm probably just seeing things. So, never mind. Disregard everything I said.
You sure that wasn't Jabrown?
Was it Jabrown? He didn't have his glasses on, though, so he kind of looked like JB.
Listen, if I was caught on film or something or camera, then I would say it was me, but I don't know. I don't think so.
Okay.
I never really been to one of those things, to be honest. I never really been there. Never really done it. So to be honest, can I tell you the truth?
Keep it funky.
The drink with the straw next to me was not mine. Number one. Number two, can I be honest? I wanted to explore the feminine side that so many men now in society say they have. I guess we have a feminine side men have now, and I guess it's becoming more and more prominent. So I was like, well, fuck. Let me go see what Caleb Williams does on a daily basis and see how it feels. So if Caleb Williams, the first pick in the draft, could do it, I was like, let me see if I could do it. But I don't think there's camera of me. Oh. I mean, I don't know. I just heard about it.
Is that?
We're going to see.
Who is that?
I got my feet in this water. And I'm about to whatever and see how it goes afterwards. Feel a little feminine, I ain't gonna lie. But Big Smitty does this every day, so fuck it. I might as well try it. Peace.
It was you. I wasn't hallucinating. I wasn't having a nightmare. It was really JB. That's not Joe Brown. Only JB says peace at the end. Moment of silence for the old JB, because this is the new JB. Moment of silence, y'all. 5 seconds.
It was a ploy to make a video. It's not a big deal. It was horrific, by the way. I thought it was absolute. Whoever says that's just the greatest thing, like I'm thinking I'm gonna sit down and bust on myself. No, it's not. The bitch fucked up and jabbed me 3 times, cut my fucking finger. She fucking grinded some shit with a grinder and fucking. I was like, damn. So I'm not jumping back to doing it, but. Shout out to Caleb Williams, man. Shout out to all the feminine side men that want to go and do that. Shout out to Smitty that does it every day. I just can't do it. I won't be back. I didn't do no hot stones Lucy's referring to. I had no idea what that is. I didn't get that option by the Otanis. I didn't even get that option.
I'm gonna be real with you, JB. Your AE took you to a horrible location for your first time. Like
no, it was actually a good spot. It was beautiful place.
Trust me, JB. Give it one more shot. I'm gonna take you to Hammer and Nails. I'm gonna take you to Hammer and Nails.
That don't even sound right.
I'm gonna take you to Hammer and Nails.
My nails already was good. I did this. I do these myself though.
Don't ever
myself already.
Men don't do this. Like when they show their fingers, men do this. Like when men, like for men, is like look at their fingers. A man do this. A woman does this. It's like little things like that. But I'm telling you, Hammer and Nails.
That's why we don't give a fuck. Real men do what we want to do.
It's for men. It's nothing but baddies in there taking care of you and catering to you while you sit back in a recliner chair, watch TV, and drink your whiskey. So trust me, you would like this spot. They do a hell of a job. Hell of a job. The stuff they use to massage your feet, the actual stuff is way better than the regular spot. Trust me, JB. I'm giving you some free game right now. It's called Hammer and Nails. I'll take you to. You can go with me and the fellas one day. Drink, chilling, talk about whatever, and you will love it. Trust me. American women, trust me.
We got a lot to talk about today. I want to make a movement and do a show that like promotes men, like manly shit. Can I take you to change the oil on a motherfucker's car and get that going?
You know what? I almost did that a couple weeks ago with the homie, and he didn't have whatever it's called, the thing that you put under the car to like raise the motherfucker up. So we were about to lay down. Yep, and we were about to lay down and get under it. And I'm like, bro, your car is way too low. We fuck around, oil fall all on my face. I'm gonna die. So I was like, nah, I'm not doing it. But we did enough to where now I understand the concept of it. It's very, very simple. You go ahead, you go underneath the car, you raise the car with the jack. Go underneath it. You find wherever the oil shit is at, untwist it, drain the old oil into a tray that you can get from AutoZone. Once that's done, boom, close it back up, pop up the front, the hood, find your oil shit, pour in the new fucking oil. Well, not just the oil, it's the oil. I think there's like a cleaner thing if you want to. You can. I don't think you have to use it, but you can use it. Whatever, like some type of filter or some shit you can change. Put in more oil, shut it, boom, quit. Like it's very simple. So now that I know how to actually do it, even though I didn't do it, all the talk you was doing, it's like, bro, this is some super simple shit. Like I just rather pay for it because I pay for convenience because I got other shit on my mind, other shit that I'm worried about that's more important than me changing this oil. I know how to do it. It's super simple. Anybody in this chat could do it. Fucking what's your boy you always talk about? He used to come on this show that you blocked 3 times. He could do that shit. So it's not like it doesn't make you a man because you can do it.
Gorgon?
Yes, I guarantee he could do it. So like, I just don't see no. I'm out here making money, JB, or trying to make money. I'm trying to help us get a studio. I'm doing all type of shit. I don't have time to be changing oil. Is what I'm saying. I throw somebody $60, whatever, go do that shit for me. That's how I live my life.
So, I told you I never vote. I told you I never vote, and until the guy loses by 1 vote, I'm never going to vote. And you said you can't think that way, JB. Everybody's going to do it, and it's a trickle-down effect. You don't think this correlation's the same? If you don't change your oil and teach someone else, who's going to remember to do it? Then you're going to have no real men out here. You're going to have females. This is what it's going to be. See, I always bring it back full circle, Smitty. He's just not ready for my intellect quite yet, people. Like, okay. I'm very, very, they say I'm an emotional,
say it.
My emotional intelligence is off the rocker, they tell me.
Who's they?
They say it's like Einstein-ish.
Who's they? Who's they, though?
Like all the doctors and shit.
Oh, I want to clarify that.
Sports psychologists have told me at KU, Kansas University. They've told me that. I spoke at a class at Kansas.
Oh, okay. So they probably was lying to you because they didn't want to pay you.
No, it was actually a genius. It was an instructor at Kansas. He was a dean there, and he told me that.
I don't believe in geniuses.
I'm being honest.
He's lying to you because they had the money that you probably really wanted, so they had to like fucking make you feel good. You're a genius, JB. Your shit's off the roof. You look at your numbers. That's their way of getting you to speak for free without them trying to pay you.
I'll never vote, by the way, to the contrary to the belief in the chat.
I'll never say never. Because if one of your homies run, you would vote.
I don't believe it works.
One of your homies run, you would vote. If Marcellus Wiley ran for president,
I don't believe my vote gets through to the thing.
If Marcellus Wiley ran for the mayor, you would vote. The
mayor might be a little different. Mayor's a little lower level. I think you can matter. There's only 2 or 3.
No, but I think when you vote, because I voted before multiple times, like a lot of times, like you either vote or you not vote. Like it's not like you vote, you pick the mayor, and then you just leave. No, when you vote, you pick like you vote for judge, the governor, the mayor, the president. It's like you vote for everything. Because I thought when I first voted that I could like choose like, okay, I'm gonna do this and I'm gonna cut out. Nah, you picking everything. So you kind of like it's either all or nothing. Is basically what I'm saying. So
yeah,
no,
you know it's funny too. So proof is that the votes that we make don't count. That's proof. And then when I tell you the truth, that I'm not voting because I know the truth, and then everyone says it's my fault that Newsom's going to be the governor.
I mean, I don't know the whole voting. I know it's always been a conspiracy.
It's actual like fact that my vote ain't going to count. It ain't going to even get through. We already saw that. Dude,
how's it a fact?
Real quick before we start this, I'm in Arizona all the time, okay? Arizona has been a right-wing state forever, okay? Like California's been a left-wing state forever. You know Arizona last year or whatever, 3 years ago, is now a blue state, right?
I don't know none of that shit.
Well, you do know that when Trump lost to Biden, Arizona had been a big swing state. It went from blue. I mean, it went from red
to blue.
There is no fucking way that that's realistic or true. There's just no way, bro. I'm there every day. I not every day, but I'm there all the time. Like, let's be honest. I go all over that place, and it's only going to become. It only gets redder as you get more in the rural areas of Arizona. It ain't getting bluer, bro. And if Scottsdale and Phoenix is super fucking Trump flags everywhere driving, then I know the rural areas is fucking Trump. How is that state now a blue state? It's just not even fucking possible. I'm just telling you, you would know. There's no way in the world Arizona is a Republican state. I mean, a Democratic state. So, having said that, D. Jones, my vote ain't mattering when it comes to fucking Newsom. It's already fucking in. It's already done. It's already written. I'm telling you. But anyway,
well, one more question though. If what you're saying is true, tell me, because like I'm gonna be real with you. I think Trump is probably going to win this one and become the president again. Tell me why in the hell would our country, if it's already written, why would we go from Trump to Biden just back to Trump? Like explain that math. Like it just logically, again, we don't know yet, but if that happens, tell me why not go back to back Trump if that's the case. Money. You're saying money.
It was written. They had to do this. It was written. There was some COVID. What's next? Bird flu? Like it's something always, some sort of situation that's going to happen. I just remember when I was young, we never had to worry about our own government toxic, like polluting the water, our own water. Like now we're having to worry about, and I say that facetiously. Now we have to worry about our own backyard. Like I've never had to worry about that back in the day. Never had to worry about that. Like never had to worry about our own people like stabbing us from within. Like I've never heard of it. So now you got to worry about it, Smitty.
So you think something changed in politics? You think something changed over the last 20 years?
Oh yeah. Well, it's been happening
or whatever.
20 years, and then it's just been a slow thing. Dog, they say yesterday, I read an article. I mean, I tried to do everything I could to make sure it was real. But they're estimating, because I don't know how you fucking really know, but they're estimating 7.2 million illegal immigrants have entered this border into our country under Biden's administration. 7.2 million people. That's about equal to 36 United States states.
Yeah, that's why I don't believe it.
7.2 million is more popular than 36 states in our country.
That's why I don't believe that number is real. It can't be.
I don't know if I believe it.
You tell me 36 states is in here now. So we like think about that though, JB.
I don't know if it's true, but I'm not gonna say it's false either. If they told me 7 million is here, I wouldn't say, oh shit. I wouldn't be shocked.
I feel like we ain't got room for that.
There's room everywhere. Like shit. You drive around. Come on, you could drive from here to Vegas and see the fucking room. There's room everywhere. Like there's room.
But the motherfuckers ain't just hanging in the desert. They're in the cities, is what I'm saying.
They're not in every major city. Now they're in smaller, bigger cities. That's the thing about it. They're not just all in LA and New York. They're getting moved around. They don't come in. They come in where? Texas, through Arizona, through Miami. They're coming in different areas, and they don't just sit there in those states, in that city, because they'll get caught. They bounce, and they got to go infiltrate all these little places. I'm telling you, man, something's up. I don't know what. I'm not that smart, but we'll see.
When you find out, let me know.
I know Arizona is not a blue state. and I'll be honest, California is a lot redder than people say it is. Because California,
Orange County, yeah.
Orange County. California's a guaranteed Democrat win on the presidential race every single election. California's going to get the electoral vote. We have the most electoral votes. Here you go. Boom. Dog, there's a lot of pockets in California that are humongous that are red. And I just don't think it's I don't believe anything no more. I don't believe any of this shit no more.
Yeah, you know LA is blue though, bro. I've been out here long enough to even see that.
LA, yeah.
Right.
LA. Yeah.
Man.
But LA, even as big as LA is, it's a huge thing. But LA County goes from Pomona to the Santa Clarita Valley, bro.
True.
That ain't all blue. LA, downtown and that area, sure. Go out to the valley, Woodland Hills, where the money is. Go to Beverly Hills. Shit. Ain't blue, dog.
Everything red. The whole fucking country red.
I know where I'm from, red. Let's dive into
That's why you
let's dive in. Let's dive into the show. I got quote of the day brought to you by BetOnline.ag. What up, man? The real Coach JB here for the Coach JB Show with Big Smitty. We got a proud new sponsor, of course, for the second part of the year, and that's BetOnline. Continue to be your number one source for all basketball wagering needs, including pro and college hoops throughout the year. March Madness is here. Join us every Monday and Friday with Jeff Nadu as we will pick them and up to minute odds, stats, and trends. You can follow your favorite team's path to the playoffs with in-game live betting, contests, and all the best player props. Experience the world's best wagering platform anytime from your desktop to your mobile device. Head on over to BetOnline today. Become part of the team and remember to use promo code BELIEVE, BLEAV, for 50% off plus welcome bonus on your first deposit. BetOnline, where the game starts. Peace. Big Smitty, and I want to be clear here. I'm not either. I'm an independent thinker. Which I wish we had more of, because I think people get caught up in this red and blue shit and they go straight to whoever the presidential candidate is. Like,
you are independent thinker, which I stand on that. But based upon information that I have over the last year, if I had a gun to my head and somebody asked me which side does JB tend to lean a little bit more, I would say you do lean a little bit more right, though, if we're being honest. Just keeping it funky.
Well, it's conservative thinking. Here's the issue.
Which is okay. I'm not saying that's your belief. I'm just saying that's what.
Yeah. Here's the issue. Well, see, back in the day, conservative and liberal didn't have these huge differences in abortion, border control, taxes. It wasn't this huge of a disparity between the two parties, because the two parties weren't trying to cripple our own country, I guess is the best way I could say that. Both parties at one point, when I was a young kid, both parties wanted the best for the country, the home of the brave, land of the brave, home of the free, right? That is what we all wanted at one point. That's why you used to be able to drink at a bar together. Nowadays, dog, it's like the left is the alphabet warriors. The right are like super racist. Like it's changed the whole dynamic of the country, dog. Like that's
both sides are very extreme.
That's not what it was. That's not what this country. That's not what Republicans and Democrats were back in the day. Now it's become like a whole thing. Like if you're left, you stand for this, and this, and if you're right, you stand for this, and this. And I'm just like, what the fuck? When did this happen?
I'm not on either side, really. Yeah.
Oh, that is the problem, man. Like, and then that has trickled down into our youth, which has created everything we talk about on this show, from fucking low T and 17 to 21-year-olds to goddamn men playing women in sports. Like this is what has happened. That's why I always tell you, shit stacks up all the time, and eventually we're gonna get too full and shit's gonna explode, whatever. I don't know. Very interesting time. That's why I don't vote. I just won't vote, because I don't want to go down, lay down my head at night and say, I voted for this motherfucker. See, right now you got The Rock, Stephen A. You got all these left-leaning cats who are now coming out saying they made a mistake.
Yeah.
Voting for Biden. Now they're all coming out talking about, I'm going for the other guy this time. And now they taking heat from the left, which basically, if you're black leaning right now, you're racist or a sellout. See, that's what's crazy. Stephen A. now and Barkley come out and say, man, this border shit's out of fucking control. No way I can vote for Biden. They did a show the other day about it. And then The Rock comes out and says, hey, man, I tried to throw money at Biden. I voted for Biden. I made a huge mistake. There's no way I can vote for Biden again. He's on record. I just said it last week interview.
Yeah,
and now the left-leaning black party folks, the black folks in the left, are attacking those guys for saying that. And then the right, whites, will go at the left black. Like, it's becoming a racial thing. It ain't no fucking racial thing. Democrats and Republicans never used to be a racial thing. There used to be a fucking country thing, and this is what it is. Democrats used to be our poor people. Republicans used to be the rich. We left it.
But like, let's be real though. Like, unfortunately, a lot of the poor people so happen to be black. So I think that's why the race ended up getting intertwined into it. Because growing up, that's all I knew. Like I ain't know nothing about politics. It just I was taught that fucking the Democrat Party is for poor people and look out for us, and the Republicans look out for the people with the money. So in my head, as a kid, not knowing this, I'm like, you got it. As you get older, then obviously I learn my own stuff, which is why I'm not on the side, because there's certain things Republicans say, I'm like, okay, I actually agree with that. There's some things that Democrats say that I'm like, I agree with that. So that's why it's like, I feel you. I can't lean on either one side. I think there's some shit on the Republican side that's way too extreme, and I think that some shit they say is like they're tripping, and some shit the Democrats say I think they tripping. So I'm like, damn. So that's why I feel like right now as a country we're caught between a rock and a hard place. I don't think Trump was just an amazing president, but at least the man can go out there and fucking stand on whatever his business is and speak and look and command and do all. Biden can't even like talk, like half the time. So it's like, damn, like as a leader of my country, how do you pick somebody who can't even talk and represent y'all, But then is Trump racist? I don't know. I mean, he said some shit that makes you question it, but is Biden racist? Biden said some shit. So it's just like, he's like, I don't know what to do. Like,
here's the issue wrapped up in a circle though. You're told that only blacks are poor, and that's why you're Democrats, because you grew up in a predominant black neighborhood that everyone was put there by our real estate demographic move that went back in the 60s and the 70s put into this country. Okay, now that's one thing. Number two is, but you're wrong about that. And that's why I don't say you're wrong in thinking it. I'm saying you're wrong in the factual data, because I also used to think that too. But I grew up as broke as shit. My dad was broke as shit. So I had to open my eyes. Obviously, I'm older than you. So when I got a little bit older, I said, all right, let me see. Is it only brothers and blacks that are broke in this country? Because Compton turned all black when I was the only white dude there. But it was turned all black at the time. But it used to be all white in like Beverly Hills.
Right.
So gentrification is a real thing, and it happened. So if you go to anywhere in the Appalachian Mountains or backwood fucking West Virginia or fucking shithole Tennessee or backwoods Kentucky, it's all white trash.
Right.
And they're broke as any brother in this country.
Yeah.
And maybe even worse. And the majority of the data actually says it's more whites, probably because blacks are still considered minority. So it was fed to us by the powers that be, and then until you get older, like you just admitted, you said, "Hey, when I got older, I see some things Republicans do. Now you're old enough to make a decision,
right?
And that we all have to make those grown man decisions. But it's where I was the same way. I was in Compton. That's all I knew.
Yeah. So
I didn't know. Oh, brothers is all broke. But then I'm looking at my homie, and they're rolling in, Porsches and shit. Brothers rolling, and then I'm like, what does that mean? What does that mean? Oh, they're just dope boys. Dope. No, dope.
Right.
It's a narrative, dog, that we push. We got to open our eyes and really go out there and look at, like, all right, what's the truth here? I got to make my own educated decision and have an opinion on what really going on in the country. They've divided the shit out of us, and that's the problem with it. Like, I think they've divided the shit out of the country based on all these different ideologies that really, a lot of them are bullshit. There's a lot of the truth, we think, but they took away our free thinking, in my opinion. They took it away because they wanted to tell you, you're a brother, you're from the hood, you're broke. You can't get out of it either. You're a backwoods, white, trash, trailer park. That's who you are. Like, motherfuckers just, all right. And they sit there, Smitty, they will not leave and go do their own shit. And I'm just like, damn, these motherfuckers is truly brainwashed. And I'm looking at the youth, and you can't tell me that the youth isn't seeing this shit and truly being brainwashed by whatever scenario is being pushed at us. And that's just, they want us divided. I'm just telling you straight right now.
I know.
They want you.
Because if we together, we're too powerful. They can't control us.
Hell no. There would be no. Why do you think they're trying to arm the IRS? Why are tax agents, IRS agents, why were they trying to hire 100,000 more? And why are they trying to arm them? Why is there lines wrapped around the corner in Atlanta, LA, Watts, Michigan, Detroit, every inner city trying to get their tax returns or having to file their taxes? They already filed them online. They already filled out the information. Now they're getting documentation in the mail saying you have to come in and give me your ID for the first time. So what happened is Everybody's in line that's an excuse to not pay your tax. These cats aren't getting tax money back right now, and that's going to start a civil war. Just tell you right now, when these cats don't get their tax money back because we're being told it's sent to Ukraine or this new Iran or war about to be in or whatever, oh shit, you about to have full-on hierarchy or a full-on purge around this motherfucker. Don't let our cats get our taxes back and find out we're paying $50 billion to Ukraine. And wait up, I can't get my tax money back? Hold up. I can't get my fucking money back after I be paying you motherfuckers for all these years, and I can't buy bread, and you ain't gonna give me my tax money back, but you could pay Ukraine $50 billion? I'm telling you right now, that's gonna trigger a fucking civil war. They ain't gonna. Money's gonna be the reason we have a civil war. You know damn well. Why do you think they gave you this little chump change when COVID came out? That shit I didn't get a check, by the way. I never got a COVID check, by the way. But every homie I grew up with got one.
Yeah, a little smaller check too, though.
And well, now they was getting unemployment though. They're making more money than everyone I know made more money. Dog, that's why there's so many office spaces available in downtown LA, homie. They gave everybody so much money unemployment wise that people stopped going to work and they stayed at home. Why do you think we have the opportunity to get a fucking studio for so cheap? Because there is a million studio spaces available because everybody's working at home since COVID and since they got the checks. They got unemployment checks that were making more money than their average 9-to-5 job. So then you saw these fucking guys, like even we saw a guy, USC football player, saw a UCLA football player, get caught up in a scam. And dog, the truth be told, though, I had OG homies having to go into the hood and telling these young black kids, don't buy fucking Jordans with that goddamn check. Take that motherfucking money and put it in IRA. Like OGs had to do that because the young cats they're not thinking that way. They're thinking, oh, this free money. Dog, guess what? You're paying it back now tenfold. It's all a scam. It's all a huge scam. And this ain't nothing but street hustle that they took and threw on a bunch of uneducated folks, white and black.
Yeah.
So, like, it's a lot of shit, man. It's a lot of shit to it. And listen, I'm not political like that. I just am a free thinking, outside the box thinker. I'm sitting there like, I ain't boo-boo the fool. Right. I ain't about to sit there and take everything you tell me as fucking gospel. Like, nah, I gotta think. I gotta be a free thinker. But quote of the day, we didn't even say after the video.
You do this every single show now. We do quote of the day, and we talk about someone for an hour, then we come back.
Do not go where the path may lead. Go instead where there is no path and leave a trail.
Ooh, so basically you saying create your own path, basically for the next person, for the next generation. Okay.
Yeah, but see, do not go where the path may lead. Go instead where there is no path and leave a trail. Dog, that's what we just were talking about. Motherfuckers only follow the fucking trail that has the lights on it. Oh, it's lit up. It must be safe. No, motherfucker, that's like the devil telling you, come over here. I got something for you. Contrary to belief, brought to you by Prize Picks. You cannot change things by loving them harder.
Dang, you sure?
No, you cannot change things by loving them harder. That's a contrary to belief, and that's, as you say, fact. You cannot change things by loving them harder. I learned that years ago. But baby, I love you. I just love you. I don't give a fuck if it's your own daughter, Smitty. If it's your mama, if it's your sister, it doesn't matter. Just because they're attached to you by blood don't mean they're your fucking family.
No, I understand that. But I do think love can like make people change them a little bit though, Jay.
Yeah. Love also will turn you into a simpleton and advantages will be taken of you.
That's true too.
They think they own you now. They know you. They have you in their hand. And now they're eating out their palm because you are only invested in them. You'll do whatever for them. But on the side, they're over here doing whatever. Like
that can happen. That can happen.
Too bad it happens more often than not.
But I also seen a positive though too. I've seen parents change and alter things because of their love for their children. So I don't know. I don't know if I agree with you fully on that one, but it's interesting though. It's interesting.
Yeah. You need to agree with this.
I agree with you, JB. What you said is a fact. It's incredible.
I don't know.
I love it.
D Jones wants to talk about more Black Panther shit. So we'll dive into
Shout out to D Jones.
follow our winnable.com/slap picks.
Let me see where we at right now. We are at we are at 267 subscribers right now. Y'all going crazy right now. Let's get that to 280 by the end of the show. If you ain't joined in yet, man, you're missing out, baby. Let's get that to 280 right now. Discount all week. JB isn't as white as he believes, bro. He's saying tries to make himself more. Oh, why? That's that white. As wise as he is. I don't think he's saying that. He never really said he was super duper wise. Well, I say he never said it, but I think right now he's just speaking his opinion, Jax.
Here's the issue. When people say this, that means they just got taught a lesson.
Okay.
He just learned a lesson from me, and now he doesn't like me because I probably cut him or cussed out his buddy or something or blocked him on Twitter. He's probably a troll. I taught him a lesson just now, and he can't accept it in his mind. He's like, damn, JB smart as a motherfucker. And so then he comes out and he says this as if he could have said everything I said. These cats are embarrassing, homie. Like, I really get embarrassed. I get secondhand embarrassed. Is it called secondhand embarrassment? I get secondhand embarrassment from these dick riders. Like, I really do. Like, it's embarrassing. Like, they have zero resume. They've never helped anyone out in their life. And they all work a 9 to 5 for someone else. I find it quite embarrassing. And I see, the thing is, I'm not here to put no one down because you work a 9 to 5. We've all been there. Like,
I'm still there.
That's the government that we are under. But then idiots like this come out and just say dumb shit. And it's like, dog, I'm actually leaving you alone. Because you see, if you know anything, anyone that comes at me ends up getting absolutely fucking mollywopped. So I'm trying to spare you. Whatever.
That's what they want, JB. I think some people in this chat, they get off to that. It's like, oh my God, JB
like,
cursed me out.
Why are you here then?
To get cursed out.
I mean, it's just, but that's okay. I agree with you. They want to get cursed out. But like,
at least make them pay for it, JB. He's not even a member.
But that's embarrassing, homie.
Don't give from now on, JB. If it's a non-member, don't give them any attention, any at all. Good. If they say a good comment or bad comment, do not give them anything.
I like it though.
No, you gotta be a member to get these words. You gotta be a member to get my energy.
I like talking shit to nobodies.
Here, do this, JB.
They're absolute nobodies.
Click on private chat on the right, and then just stay there, and you won't even see it.
That's what I've been doing. They're absolutely nobodies, though. That's what I like. I like the nobodies. Like, the nobodies absolutely just, it tickles like my right nut.
Your right or your left?
My right one.
Okay. So my left one bigger than my right one.
Huh?
My left one is bigger than my right one for some reason.
You must have got your Tard Brothers genes, because I'm going to say right now.
No, sometimes
my nuts are the equal, same, balloon size, beautiful. You know what I mean?
Sometimes one ball hang lower than the other one. That's
not mine. You must have something.
No, it's black people shit.
No, that ain't right. I mean, you got Elephant Man shit.
Yeah, exactly. Motherfucker
got nuts hanging this low on this side, and the other one's all the way up in his stomach.
Pull my shit out. This whole show turned dark.
Yeah, weird.
Whole show turned dark. Pull my shit out.
Oh my God. Have you seen Dubai? Speaking of dark,
flooding right now, man. Like, I don't know, man. For all the, and I'm not trying to be, people say this all the time, the world about to end. I don't know shit. All I know is some things going on around this world. If you are a believer in the Bible, there are some things that in Revelations that they talk about is happening right now. I'm gonna leave it at that. Just get right. Is all I'm saying. If you're a believer, get right. I'm gonna leave it at that. T's and P's, everybody in Dubai. It's floods going on. It's earthquakes. It was confirmed there was an earthquake yesterday live during our show in LA. I knew I felt it. I thought that somebody slammed the door in our building and shit kind of. But it was an earthquake yesterday, like it was a small one, like a 2 point something.
Oh, we need those. We need those so the big one gets released.
Right. It was an earthquake in New York, though. That never happens. It's floods everywhere. It's weird weather. It's fucking been raining out here every single weekend, which is very crazy and not LA. It's just a lot of weird stuff going around when it comes to weather, so it's stuff like that around the country. So I don't know, bro.
If Trump wins and the weather go back to normal, would you be like, damn, something's really cracked? Or if Diddy escapes to Bali and nobody hears about it, would you be like, damn, something was really up between Diddy and Biden?
I love how he's connecting all the dots, like,
and LeBron
and JB, and that's why what?
Huh?
And that's why what? You remember we talked yesterday? You said everything leads back to
LeBron, Diddy, Biden.
And women are coaching NFL.
Two other things.
I saw some sports though, man. NBA playing yesterday. It's been an hour. We haven't talked any sports at all. Like all the fans left. They ain't even watching no more.
But everything comes back to women not being able to coach men. Let me dive into this one thing though. The Lakers beat the Pelicans. And again, Smitty, your generation limped off, and they said he had a strained leg.
Yeah.
You don't walk off the court with a minute left, 2 minutes left, it was like 4 minutes left.
They had to lead, though. It was up or it was a tied game, and Zion was bowling. He had like 40 and 11, and you leave, bro? Of course y'all going to lose.
I don't get it, dog. Yeah. I just can't. I can't. You guys, your mentality.
I'm a Zion guy too, so I just hate.
I know he's younger than you. I know he's younger than you.
He's like younger than me, like 10 years.
Mentality, dog. It's what I talk about on the show every day. There's no way that anyone that I know back in our day that played and everyone that we debate on this show would have walked off that court and not played. Like, let's just be real. Come on, man. Like, come on. He didn't break nothing. He didn't fracture nothing. Very, very fucking, what do you guys say? Sus?
Yeah.
Dog, that shit had me irked. I'm like, I want to see the Lakers beat the team. Now, the Lakers dominated the game for the most part. They dominated the game. It was up 17, 18, 15. The game was like, all right, this seems like the Lakers can't lose. Even though NBA, everybody makes a run. They fucking came back. They came back and all that. It's cool.
I mean, they were right there. I mean, it was.
I'm saying they came back. Everyone made a run, and he walked.
I'm just saying they ended up winning the game. It was a 110 to 106. The way Zion was playing, he wasn't stopped last night. Like, he stays in the game. I don't know. And I'm a Lakers fan saying this. I just don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know what happened. Now to the Pelicans, I guess, on the positive side, they do have one more chance to get in. So they go out here, and the Kings have struggled. I think they're 0-5 against the Pelicans. Was it 0-4 or over 4, 0-5 over like the last 2 years or something like that against the Pelicans? And the margin's like 19 points. Like when they lose, like they get their asses kicked by the Pelicans, even at home. So I think if Zion can play and he's good, which it sounds like he should be, the Pelicans have a really good shot of still getting in and getting that 8th seed, and they will actually be going against OKC, which will be a better matchup.
You think Mariah Milson or Mills or whatever that porn star, do you think she put a voodoo curse on that cat?
For like injuries and shit like that?
Do you think like the wop wop was so wet that he never got over it?
Well, during that time I had to like research who she was, things like that. So like I've seen some of her profession.
She's horrible, by the way.
And like I don't think it's that good to that point. So I don't think that's the case. I mean, the man was hooping, JB. Like he had 40 in like a second 11 with like 3-4 minutes left. Like that man was hooping. He just I wonder because he walked off the court, he's pissed off, he kicked the chair, all this shit. I'm like, Why don't you just tell these motherfuckers that you want to finish the game?
Exactly, but I don't. But see, you're turning, Smitty. I'm getting you to turn a little bit. This is what we've been talking about.
I never turn, bro. I've always been on that side.
Smitty, you would have been like, well, JP, the body just tells you. Now you're starting to see what I'm saying.
Yeah. Well, no. I ain't never been no softy now. Like, don't ever get that confused. I'm saying he walked off the court. So I'm like, if you walking and moving all fast, well, you should be able to finish his last couple minutes. Is all I'm saying.
That's what I'm saying. But I'm just saying, 6 months ago, you'd have been like, well, JB, we don't know that. What happened? You would have been saying that shit 6 months ago.
No, I wouldn't.
All right. You're turning right. Listen.
You comparing like shit with Kawhi. Like when it comes to Kawhi, it's documented that his knee is fucked up. It's been that way. It's a fact.
The playoffs only?
It's a fact. No, his knees is fucked up in the season, the playoff, all that shit, everything.
But he played all year.
He played 82 games.
He played more than he has in years. What? Oh, he played more games this year than he has in the last 5 years.
Kudos to him. But all I'm saying is, bro,
last year, if you remember, he walked out of the Phoenix Suns series and cost him. He just went out of nowhere. And Kawhi didn't play no more in that series. They're already
swirling bad.
He may not play this series. Like, what?
JB, though, listen.
Okay, look. We're talking about Lakers,
yeah,
Smitty.
Let's talk about Lakers.
The Lakers won. And the point you just made is the crazy shit that we've been talking about the last 3 days, from Arizona to yesterday on this show. Now the Pelicans, who lost, get an opportunity to win again? So let me get this straight.
Oh, my God.
The Warriors lost, so they're done, right?
They're out.
All right, they're out. So never should have been in. So the 9 seed that won the game, the Kings, they now play the Pelicans that were the 7 seed.
Yeah.
So they played all season long to earn the 7 seed. The Lakers were the 8 seed, but the Lakers beat the 7, and now they took the 7 seed over.
Correct.
I'm going to move up 1 seed because I got an extra game. Okay, that makes sense.
Yep.
Does it? All right. Then
actually, it does make sense.
7 seed now, who earned the right to be the 7 all year, they got to go play to hang on and beat the Kings, and then what, they'll be the 8th?
Yes, sir.
So then the 9th seed that just beat the 10th seed.
No, stop. It's over now. It's over. It's still the top 8 seeds. Only thing they're doing is fighting for the last 2 spots. This thing is very simple, y'all. All season long. All season long.
Telling yourself this is legitimate and makes so much sense.
So simple,
really
bro.
Good. You really tell yourself this is really good.
It's super simple. Only thing they're doing is adding more spice it's like the playoffs before the playoffs. It's like we're making you compete for the last 2 spots. That's all. That's all they're doing. That's all they're doing. It's kind of like college basketball when it's like the first 4 in, first 4 out. Like a lot of times, like we'll know the entire bracket, but we don't know who the first seed is playing until the last game, and then we go from there. So.
They had an in-season tournament already. How many other tournaments can you have? It's a fucking mockery.
I don't care about the in-season tournament. That's like some playful shit. The play-in is like, this is how you get into the playoffs. If you're like the last couple seeds. So like, if you want to avoid it, just be a top 6 seed. That's not hard to ask. Not hard to do. Lakers be the 6th seed. Be the 5th seed. Because the top 6 seeds are it's like old school. If you make the top 6 seed, you win the playoffs.
It's like it should be.
You win the playoffs. All thing they did was add an element, JB.
Like, we never had no problem with that.
It's okay to change stuff.
You got to be a 6 seed.
There wasn't a problem with the 5-game series in the first few rounds back in the days, but they changed that. Y'all had a problem with that too when that changed.
82 games then. How about we just play a tournament from the jump?
That don't make sense. That's why.
What do you mean? Why not? The 82 games didn't mean shit.
It did mean shit.
It didn't.
Yes, it does.
The Pelicans through 82 games were the 7th seed. By the way, if they beat the Lakers last Sunday night, they would have been the 6th seed. So they had a damn good season, Smitty. They're about to be eliminated from even going to the playoffs.
That's because the West is so loaded, though. That's why that is. The West is loaded.
I thought 82 games mattered.
It does matter.
How's it matter? You're about to be eliminated as a 7th seed.
It still matters. The top 6 seeds are locked. They're in the playoffs. And then if you want an opportunity to still get in, 7 through 10, depending on what your record is, you have a chance. The Houston Rockets had a pretty damn good season with 41-41. They don't even have a chance. So again, seeding still does matter at the end of the day. So like I don't get it. All it is adding a little element of competition at the end of the season. I never thought y'all would care as much about a 7th or 8th seed and how they got in. It's not that big of a deal, JB. It's just adding competition. I understand what you're saying. You like it the old way because that's what you're used to. Cool. Everyone likes shit to be the same way because that's what they're used to. Cool. They're changing something up, adding an element of competition to get in, and that's what it is. I don't understand.
They played 42 regular season games.
If the Pelicans want to get in,
42 regular season games then. Why play 82? Why is it? It was never broken. Why are we fixing something that's not broken? I'm going to go break your arm, Smitty, even though it's healthy and perfect. I'm going to go break that motherfucker because I want to change. I want to see you walk around this motherfucker like Gorgon. I want to change.
JB, you know what it really comes down to? All the sitting out that players were doing. The NBA has tried to make a push by multiple different changes and rules to take that away as much as possible. So again, they added the new rule this year where if you don't play at least, I think 65 plus games, you're not even eligible for like the end of season awards like MVP. So that's something they added this year. The play-in is something they added to where it's like, all right, if you want to sit out and just try to become just an 8th seed or a 7th seed or whatever, you're now risking missing the playoffs. So what they're doing is trying to eliminate as much as possible the whole resting your star players during big games and playing every other game. They're doing this to reverse that movement. That's all they're doing. Because you couldn't come out with no rule and say, you guys can't sit out. Well, that's not reality because all the organization has to say is, hey, Draymond's back is hurt. He can't play. Kawhi knee hurt. He can't play. And you can't tell a guy who's hurt or injured that they have to go out there and play. So it's like, okay, what can we do to try to just motivate or whatever the word is you want to use guys against sitting out? And this is what they've done. So as an organization, if I'm Adam Silver, shout out to him for coming up with a competitive, creative way to add a little spice as we enter into the playoff. These games are some of the highest view games they have all year long. So it's obviously it's working. I mean, I just don't see a big deal of it. Like, I don't know. That's just my opinion.
Matt's here. We're going to bring Matt in after this commercial break and talk about it. Matt and I agree on this subject, and we beat a dead horse, but we'll mention it real quick. And then
we got bigger news to talk about with Matt. Fuck all that.
Yeah, we got a 4-minute commercial, and we'll be right back. The University of Colorado, your near and dear alum, had their first team meeting. Yesterday. They had their first team meeting, Matt. We're trying to be calm. They had their first team meeting yesterday. And the two spearheads and figure face of the show program, Shadeur Sanders and Shiloh, were in Paris doing a runway walk. Do you think this is conducive to successful behavior in winning a Big 12 title and going to a bowl game? I just want to know what you thought of the construction worker, Shadeur Sanders, and the camel wearing baby oil, Shiloh. Please give us your thoughts.
I'll put it like this. I definitely see why people hate Colorado so much. I mean, you're going to miss the first team meeting when we get back for a fashion show and runways in Paris, bro. I know that everybody at Colorado is going to get super pissed off at me for saying this, but I'm not. I
gotta help you. I gotta dive in and save you, homie.
You don't know what to do here, bro. Like I
gotta save you, dude.
Hey, man,
I gotta save you. I gave you the full picture. You gotta cut this for Matt, dude.
No, geez, thanks for setting me up like this, you asshole, and making me This is a
I did not want you to say.
in here, dog. I don't do the whole fashion thing. Number one, it's not important to me, and team meetings are important, and I don't know the answer to this question. Anything I say is wrong. Everybody's going to get angry at me for having an opinion. If I don't agree with them that they should go do their fashionista stuff, then I'm a piece of shit. And if I do agree with it, then I'm a fashion icon or something. I don't know, man. I don't know what's happening. I don't understand the question. Can I plead the fifth? Can I plead the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? Can I plead the fifth, please?
That is a fashion icon.
1, 2, 3, 4. Dog, like I'm not a fashion icon. I'm not a fashionista. I don't know what to say. I don't know what to do. I'm super confused. I don't appreciate the question and how you set me up like this. And I mean, they looked good in their hunting gear, I guess, but I don't understand, man. What are we doing? I'm wrong. Everybody's just going to get super pissed off at me now because of you. And you asked me this question knowing that it would just make me be super like, Smitty, man, what am I supposed to do here? What the fuck, man? What am I supposed to do, man? What am I supposed to do here, man? This isn't cool, man.
Talk about being between a rock and a hard place. God.
Rock and a hard place. Love that episode right there. That was unbelievable.
Legendary episode, man. People in the chat, they still laughing at it to this day.
It's because of me, though, not you.
It's okay. I mean, I'm a team player. I want the show to be great.
Yeah.
Bigger than you is bigger than me. I want the show to be great. See, you're selfish. That's why you needed me, JB. The show has improved a lot in the last 9 months.
We got, without further ado, our main man, our every Monday, Wednesday, Friday guest that brings the heat and the fire every single day. Very intellectual takes. He has fire and ice takes. We disagree.
That's
we
a condom.
agree. He doesn't like Smitty. But listen, we look at him behind the scenes like, why would you say that? 6-0 Academy, 0 to 60 pod, COO, CEO, CFO, Matt McChesney. Welcome, Matt, in. Fuck the Sanders, fuck Colorado, fuck. I'm just kidding. Let's dive into this very eloquently. Okay, listen. I don't know nothing about this, Matt. I don't really know much about this. I want to get your take. I want to get Smitty's take first. Because Smitty's younger than us. He's more hip to this whole social media bullshit. I want to get Smitty's take. Smitty, what do you think from that tweet?
I mean, first of all, even though I'm the youngest one on the show, the transfer portal is new to me as well. So, it's hard to relate to that piece. But I guess from a competitive standpoint, if you're trying to win and you know that you are like the face or one of the faces of the team and you have some certain pool when it comes to just other cats wanting to like come play with you, I guess why not? Hey, transfer portal is about to open up. If you guys are looking for a new team, hey, hit me up.
What does it say at the very bottom?
But at the very bottom, it says, "This is not last chance to you." That's the part.
Why the slap at you? What did you do?
Well, I can understand why they would take a shot at JB. I'm just trying to understand what that meant, though, in the context of that post. That's why I've been a little confused on. But taking a shot at JB makes sense because JB's taking shots at them for last 9 months.
You talk shit, they are probably going to respond. Yeah,
I would do the same shit. Like somebody talk shit to me.
You wouldn't do it under my watch.
I don't really know. I don't know where to go with this. You feel me? Like I don't have a fucking clue. I didn't. So I understand like your best players using the medium to try and attract guys, right? Like that makes sense. But I don't like if there's a way to talk shit, a subtle way to talk shit, like I'd rather them just like go after you the way you go after them. You are not shy in your opinion. And this is passive aggressive. And I don't do passive aggressive shit. So like just talk it, spit that shit. Like, let's have a fucking,
like,
you know
tag
what I'm saying?
me.
Like,
Tag me.
tag you. Yeah, there you go. If you got beef, like I always say that, like, if you can have an opinion about me all you want, but if you just are broad texting or like saying something and you know you can tag me and I'll see it, I'm gonna see it anyway, unless it's on the left. I'm seeing that shit.
Let me first of all, the people in here that says it's not about JB, the fuck? That's
how would it not be about JB? He did Last Chance You, Demi.
It's unbelievable. These cats, you wouldn't put Last Chance You with a U on your comment for no reason, you dumb fucks. But anyway,
I am trying to understand. So I get that part, the shot at the subliminal at JB, but I'm still trying to understand the like. It doesn't make sense to me, is what I'm saying. You feel me? Like in the context of the post, it doesn't make sense. Or maybe I'm not seeing it.
It makes sense if you dive into it.
Bring it down to me, JB.
Well, then let's go, Shaun. Dive in this, Greg Louganis. Fucking show us how to do this, motherfucker.
Well, you're scaring me. I thought those horns were actually on.
Oh shit! Don't move, Matt. Don't move. That's some weird shit. Screenshot that real quick, Bailey. That's some weird shit you got going on.
Yeah, I'm moving, so like I'm breaking down all my shit. And
you're moving what?
You moving where?
Moving
LA?
Into a new crib. No, in Denver.
I think
you're talking about house, not facility.
See, house.
Got you. Okay. So let me Yeah, they said, bruh, you wasn't the only Last Chance You. Yeah. They were talking about the fucking nobody in Oakland and the basketball coach.
That's not what you're talking about.
God damn. Some of these guys are just fucking idiots. Listen, let's dive into it. So I want to know, okay, here's my whole thing, that just talking to other people. I'm going to go to watch Coach Lewis and Darian spring game this Saturday, San Diego State. They invited me down. I'm going to go watch their spring game Saturday. But we were talking, and it's like, but what they're saying is, from what I'm taking, and I would love to get educated people in the chats takes, not one Prince Q. Mm-hmm. Let's get real educated people's takes on this thing. What you guys all think, because everybody could have their own opinion on this. First of all, number one, start none won't be none. That's just where I'm from. So you start by saying Last Chance You, meaning, okay, you got the attention. Because I didn't even know or anything, Matt, until everybody on his post tagged me saying, oh, JB gonna have something to say about this. So, like, why is everyone in the world thinking it's direct shot at me? And why would I not think that? If it looks like a square and it fucking acts like a square, it's usually a square. So I'm trying to figure out why. Okay, now we'll get to the why. So it makes sense for Last Chance You.
There you go.
They're saying basically that, well, this is kind of my take. They're saying basically like this is not, but see, it doesn't make sense because it is a one-stop stop to me. It's a one-hitter quitter. Like, you've just lost 8 people in the transfer portal. I think, Matt, one of your near and dear tackles left.
Yeah, they lost Savion. Well, Savion went in the portal. He got a huge offer from Syracuse. I talked to him yesterday. McClain went in the portal. The Dawson kid, the receiver who's supposed to be one of their like big rotational pieces in their 5 guys, he left. So yeah, man. I mean, it's shit's getting real. That's for damn sure. I mean, the transfer portal is this shit is just crazy in general, but it's definitely it's ramped up in Boulder. Like they are using it to its extent, to say the least. And that's cool. I mean, you use the medium, obviously. I don't have a problem with that.
And I want to be clear though. This is we have transitioned from coach, player, or player coach to what we do now is covering any major story that occurs. We're going to talk about it. And if we don't talk about it, guess what? McAfee will, Whitlock will, Marcellus will.
We can talk about what we want to talk about, JB. Don't let the chat.
No. I'm not even looking at the chat. Okay. I'm talking about what people do now. We are transitioned to media. So we cover whatever. This is my point on defending the difference between hate and spewing what the topic is. Colorado, let's just be real, gives us content. Yeah. Period. Because they're boisterous, they're wearing it on their chest. They don't give a fuck, to Matt's point. Cool. Right. I don't care either. Fine. My point is, if you're going to do it, be about it, talk about it, then own it. That's my argument. That's my opinion. That is why we debate on this show about it. So if you're going to do it and talk about it, then own the shit. That's all I say. Don't play victim. Don't cry. Don't hide. Tag me on it if you got beef. If you think I have never been on this show one time, Matt, and assassinated Shiloh's character, Shadeur's character. I never have attacked any of these kids' personal character. All I've said is an opinion about what I think they should do as a program or as an individual playing, especially the quarterback position, which I talk about with professional NFL quarterbacks on this show who all agree with me. Like, hey, dog, it's really not in your job description to do some of the things you're doing until you get to the league and you make that money and you're the guy. I just don't see the point of it as the quarterback. And then you're the coach's son on top of it, which to me as a coach, not even as a dad, as a coach, I'm like, why are you making my job harder, son? Like, I just think of it that way. And I'm talking about son facetiously, not even my own blood. I'm talking about the quarterbacks I would used to talk to, my quarterbacks, Alan in the chat. Hey, son, can't do that. And that's what I mean. So I'm trying to figure out how it's so much hate coming from me. And then obviously they heard about it. They see it because Shadeur has obviously responded to me on Twitter before. So we know that there's a history there. It's not like this was the first time. I just want him to coach me. I just want him to tag me and I could have a conversation. I'm not going to talk behind your back. So don't talk behind mine. That's all. It is what it is. You got beef, say it.
Now, I do think D. Jones made a good point, though. Like, I wasn't really thinking about that. Like, maybe they're just saying they don't want to play. I think two things could be true. And I say that all the time. I think, one, they're definitely taking a subliminal shot at you because of who you are, of course. But two, they don't want players who only want to be on TV or want to be in the limelight. And maybe that's something that internally they've been dealing with players transferring there just to get the hype and then they transfer back out or whatever.
If I'm your age, Smitty, I'm saying that's cap. This is literally what the Colorado brand is right now, and Prime's brand is being noticeable, being on TV. They have a show on Amazon, homie. Come on, man. We got to stop making excuses too and own the shit.
But that doesn't mean, oh yeah, sure. Like, but again, just because you like the limelight doesn't mean I want players who just want to be on TV, like who's not there to work, who's not there to play hard, who's not there like.
All right, again, I want to ask Matt this because he's inside. Yeah, I just want to ask Matt. This comes back to our argument all the time. Like, that is what I say is a cultural thing. Like, I believe when you build laterally versus vertically, I believe you get mercenaries. As Matt has said for years on this show, we have turned football into a mercenary business. Like, the portal shouldn't be open, in my opinion. Like, it is bad look for every kid and coach involved because we have now portals, signing day portal. We got a portal open on the goddamn NCAA championship basketball night. We got a portal open right before the national championship in football every year. The portal just opened up. And Texas's backup quarterback who helped them win 3 critical games bounced before they play Washington in a BCS bowl game, in a playoff game. That is not conducive for success of this sport's longevity. I just don't believe it is. And now it's May, Matt. You know this better than anyone. It's fucking May. Either spring just ended at the Power 5 level, spring ball, meaning you got 15 practices to install your shit, put in your ideologies, your philosophies, get your coaches on the same page as your head coach. And now guess what happens? I got 10 guys leaving and 20 new ones coming, and I got to redo this in the summer with even less practices and hours that the NCAA has instilled on our hourly watch. Like, what? Make it make sense.
I can't. And everybody in the chat, what do you want me to do? Talk over coach while he's making a point? Shut the fuck up. Like, look, we've talked about this 1,000 times, okay? And it's only getting worse, and it will continue to get worse. In every regard, it's worse for the players. It's worse for the coaches. It's worse for development. It's worse for high school recruiting.
Health.
Everything. And way worse for mental health. These kids are stressed as fuck. The coaches
injuries.
Everybody's stressed out. There's no consistency in your strength and conditioning programs. You can't build anything. You can't. If you get hurt and then you go on the transfer portal, your rehab stops immediately. Like, I'm telling you, this is. The entire point of college football is to build men. This is not we're not building men anymore, bro, at all. Like there's a way to do this and get everybody paid and have everybody represented correctly and have dates where it's more conducive to the growth of the player and the depth of the team. And there's a way to do this and get paid. Like this like illusion that you can't do both is unbelievable to me in football. It's the only sport where we can't figure this shit out. And it's driving me fucking nuts. And I don't know the answer. I don't know how you fix it. The NCAA is still involved. All the is it going to just be an institutional thing? There's no rules in the transfer portal. You can go in, you can go out. The Proctor kid is back in the fucking portal.
Insane.
Bro, I mean, goddamn, you go from Iowa to Alabama. You start every game. You go in the portal to go back to Iowa. You go back to Alabama. Then you go back in the portal. I mean, at some point, that it's a fucking clown show, bro. This is ridiculous. So
to your point,
I don't know the answer to this anymore. Like at some point, there's got to be a little bit of fucking like just like you say, there has to be some make sense out of all this, and there is none, and nobody can come up with any way to fix it.
So, to your point, I have no personal issue with Deion Sanders, Coach Prime, Coach Dion. I have no issue at all. I don't understand where everyone thinks there's an issue. When he tells me keep telling the truth, and he told Matt the same thing privately, guess what? He understands it too and knows it. So I'm not worried about that. I worry about the kids talking over their dad or their personal head coach, meaning, dog, there's no reason. The media is going to talk about Shadeur and you, Shiloh, for years to come and get used to it. We're not taking personal character shots at you. We're just saying this is our opinion. This is why. You put the bullseye on your chest. Own it. That's all. And I'm fine with it, you owning it. If you want to own it and show your cars and do all this shit, cool, do it. That's the era we're in, right? Play for play. Fuck it. Here's my question to you, Matt. Deion on the video yesterday did this.
Flat out get it. You know what the day is? Portal day.
Portal day.
It's portal day. If anybody want to jump, jump. If anybody want to ride, ride. What y'all want to do? Ride. What y'all want to do? Ride. Did I hear somebody say jump? Jump around.
My thing is, cool.
I like it.
Build your relationship. Do what you do. Here's my take on that, though. Is he pushing the cats is he pushing the narrative of leave, get your asses out to get new in too often, I guess is my question. Because I don't know if you can continue to build a culture and listen, I think he's 1,000% correct. I would do the same thing. I used to beg motherfuckers to leave my program. Here's the issue, though. The culture, though, was ingrained, and we had won some games already. We won a bowl game. I want to see him do this shit when he's won and has an established culture there. I don't know if you can build a culture while constantly changing. I don't think he's draining it on purpose. I think he's draining it because the recruitment process from the original point is shitty. Like the kids that they're getting, because it's mercenary business, they get to the culture and they're like, dude, you don't fit our culture. Well, what is the culture? I guess I don't know if the culture. You know what I'm saying, man? I don't know if you can build a culture while getting mercenaries in there and not having a culture yet.
And then look, it's happening everywhere, not just CU. I talked to Beatenbaugh from Oklahoma yesterday, and he's like, yeah, we don't have any depth. We got to hit the portal hard. Like we got, like we got this issue and that issue, and this is everywhere. This isn't just in Boulder or Norman, it's everywhere. So I guess this is my way of thinking on this. If you give everybody the opportunity to quit on themselves these days, they will find a reason to do so and point the finger instead of the thumb. Back in the day, we didn't have the opportunity to quit on ourselves because if you quit, you just quit. There ain't no transfer portal. You got to deal with like the adversity you're going through in order to advance. So now it's like when the coach says hypothetically, and maybe he could get away with this 4 or 5 years ago, any coach, Coach Prime, anyone, and they say, hey, if you don't want to be here, kick rocks. Well, now the kid has the opportunity, says, well, fine, I don't want to be here. I will. It's like the Cormani McClain thing. He's going in the transfer portal. I guarantee you, I don't guarantee, I guess my professional opinion here would be he's got big time problems in the classroom, doesn't want to go to class. He's got an attitude problem and doesn't want to do the work, and he's really special, and he's probably not advancing at the rate that he wanted to, or that the coaches wanted him to. And rather than just go to work and put his nose to the grindstone, he's going to go in the transfer portal and go try and figure it out somewhere else, because Coach Prime isn't having it. You know, like if you hear Coach Prime talk about his guys, well, Cormani McClain used to be one of his guys. And it's that old adage where when the coach stops riding you and stops cussing you out and stops, yelling at you and being on you every day, that's bad. That means he doesn't care anymore. He gave up. So is there a lot of things Coach Prime and his staff needs to improve on? Hell yeah. Is there a lot of things everybody needs to improve on? Hell yeah. Everyone's cutting their teeth in this transfer portal era the same way, trying to figure it out. So
here's my point.
I don't know how you're supposed to build culture in this era, because there's no way you can't do it.
Right.
Bro, they don't, no offense to CU, they don't care about culture and shit. Like, I'll bring up the fight song just as an example. I know people are tired and I don't really talk about it anymore. That's a culture thing. It's just not important. And it's not important because they rotate out 40 guys every 6 months. So, I mean, and they're not the only ones. I'm not going after CU. Yeah. This is just the topic of conversation. And they're at the forefront of putting everything out. And so if everything's out in front, everyone's going to talk about them more because there's more content to talk about. Let's be real. No one else is putting out this kind of content. Therefore, we have nobody. We're not talking about them because they don't put out the same kind of stuff.
And I got a truth bomb for everybody out there. When the young man Shiloh said, this isn't Last Chance U, it actually is Last Chance U, son. This is JUCO that it's ever been. College football at the 4-year level now is as JUCO as it's ever been. It is mercenary, getting transfers, getting other Power 5 guys, and just it's in an 18-month span, which is my target window in JUCO to get you in and out. So it is more Last Chance U than it's fucking ever been.
Look, think about just like this, not to cut you off, but I got to give you your flowers. Think about it like this. Now, a kid goes to, for example, I've got 4 guys this morning that are all offered by Washington State, okay? Well, Washington State now is in the Mountain West, essentially. They're in the Pac-12, but let's be real. We all know what the conference is. Every one of them, the conversation is, well, if I end up going to Washington State, I could stay there for 1.5 years or 2 years and develop and then go in the transfer portal and go somewhere higher, right? And I'm like, yeah, that's what it is. That's what this is set up to be. Bam, exactly what Coach just said. College football everywhere is JUCO right now, dog, period. And look, I'll use another example of the other side. Trey Zoom just got, he's selected captain for A&M yesterday. He's going in his 5th year at Texas A&M. Well, he was recruited before the transfer portal era, but he stayed and developed and played for 3 different head coaches or 2 different head coaches now in Jimbo and Mike Elko. He really wanted to play there. That's his home. That's his shit. If you're grad transferring, that's one thing. If you're developing, that's one thing. But Coach, you're 100% correct, bro. Like, everybody going in, this is an 18-month turnaround. If you're lucky, if not, you could be there for 6 months. Like, it's just a way for them to cut guys.
Let me ask you guys this thing real quick, based upon everything that we're saying right now, based on the fact that we're questioning how do you build culture in an era and at a time when players are coming in and out. What will determine the teams who get it right, the teams that go undefeated and win the Natty next year? What, in your guys' eyes or your opinion, will determine the success? Like, how can teams win and be great in this era?
Let me piggyback off of what Matt and I just said about JUCO. I just talked to some former NFL guys who have JUCO connections that were JUCO guys.
Yeah.
And I'm just going to throw this out there, dog. There's a real fundamental reason, other than being blackballed by Netflix and the way they depicted me. There's a real reason why they will not hire me in this era.
You would kill it.
And that's because I am the program builder for the 2-year institutional level. And this is my wheelhouse. There would be people in serious fucking trouble if I got a job. I don't give a fuck if it's at Akron, Ball State, or a goddamn Power 5 level. you are going to have a real problem, because it takes a real guy that understands quick turnaround culture program building that is going to win in this era. And you are seeing why Nick Saban struggled in this recent last few years. It's not a 2-year fix anymore. He still has 4-year mentality, and it is not that way anymore. Even we saw Kirby last year. They've lost more people than they've ever lost. And Clemson never even used to go in the portal, and now they've lost people and now have to dive into the portal because you now have to keep up with the Joneses. So having said that, you are crippling the 2-year institutions, which are JUCOs, meaning they're not getting portal kids no more. I mean, they used to be the portal. Now transfer kids are sitting in the portal. So JUCOs have become very, very watered down talent-wise. JUCOs are not the same as it was when I was there just 5-6 years ago. So if you talk about you're crippling high school because you're not recruiting them, we already talk about that all the time. You're not recruiting high schools as we once did. So cats are leaving high school and sitting out an actual year instead of going JUCO. And then you got the portal sitting there with 7,000 kids instead of going JUCO, but yet it's a JUCO model being ran at the Power 5 school level. How does it make sense? You're going to get rid of JUCO and it's going to be over. I'm just telling you right now, JUCO folds, high school's next, and Division I will be doing what we say. What happens when a cow eats a cow meat?
What?
What's the word? What's the word when they eat each other?
Like cannibalizing?
That's what you're about to have. You're about to see cannibalization in Power 5 college football, because that is what's going to happen. What do you when you have no feeder, who do you feed on?
Yourself.
Look,
also JUCO, you get the opportunity to play, dog. The transfer portal, there's no reps.
And you learn some tough skin and
yeah, there's no weight room. There's no fucking overcoming. There's going and sitting in your house, and hopefully you got some coach down the street that can help you. And, that's probably not happening. I know this because this is what I do for a living. I got guys that are leaving for their opportunity in May, and this morning at 5 a.m., just big tank like, hey, thank God I had you down the street for the last 7 months. I don't know what I would have done. Like, guys sit in the transfer portal and they sit in their basement and, like, complain and cry and whine about their lack of opportunity. Where you think that, like, not doing anything is going to help you get more opportunity? Do you think not posting and not being on, not at least playing ball somewhere and getting reps regardless of where it's at, you think that's not going to help you? Like, Cam Newton had to go to Blend Community College and fucking JUCO to clean his name up and go play. How many fucking ballers does coach put out into the NFL? I mean, just left and right. Every time you turn on the TV, there's another guy that had to overcome something, and they got to play again and like kind of revamp their image, and then bam, it blew up. So again, this whole thing of like eliminating the adversity for young men at this time in their life before they, especially in football, is ridiculous. In my opinion, you need to learn how to deal with the adversity that's hitting you in the face left and right, because I'm telling you, bro, all this is doing is breeding cowards for the real world. It's breeding a bunch of finger-pointing cowards that are going to do nothing but get into the real world and wonder why nobody gives a shit. There ain't no transfer portal in the fucking real world, homie. You got to deal with your problems. Like, and coaches, same thing back to you. There's no transfer portal in the real world. Like, at some point, you're going to have to figure out a way to keep the kids around. And like, do the coaches have to figure out a way to like completely conform to just being an Army recruiter? Like, they have to sit there and tickle your balls all day just to get you to come play football. And then anything that happens, they don't get enough reps. Whatever, you recruit some other kid and bring in some other guy that they see on social media and they get offended. Like, you're not the only one on the team. We got to have more than one defensive end. Like, this whole shit is becoming it's so unfootball to me. Like, this is not what football is, dog. This game is about overcoming adversity, earning your opportunity. If you're a bad motherfucker, you got to keep that is a target that people chase. It's not like, oh, he's good, fuck him. Like, this whole like quitting rather than than committing, the running instead of fighting, standing up for what you believe in and like actually putting the work in to earn it rather than just expecting people to give you money and opportunity because you some fucking, some dork in their basement rated you high on a star system in high school. Come on, dog. I mean, at some point that you got to make it make sense, and it sure as hell isn't. I'll tell you that.
It makes no sense right now. And to your point, real quick, JB, just to add to that, I think one of the problems too that we've talked about it on the show before is that I think it's twofold. It's one, like Matt alluded to, players are scared to fight and earn it. But in number two, though, I don't know how many players are loving the game right now because it's like you rather be in the transfer portal than just out on a practice field. Even if you're not starting, like I love football is what I'm saying. Like, so even when I wasn't the starter, in my freshman year at Ball State, like I didn't redshirt, I rotated, but it was games where I played like 4 plays. That's it. And that was my role at that time. But at the end of the day, I love the game itself. So I love the work. I love the going on the field and struggling with something and then figuring it out and then actually getting good at it. Like I love football. I think that kids are losing the true foundational love of the game, and they're falling in love with all the perks that come with it: the money, the clout, the social media, the highlight tapes, etc.
You love the game. You love the game because nobody allowed you to transfer. The problem is we've allowed and opened this Pandora's box, and once you give a kid an inch, he's going to take a foot. That's a kid's nature. He doesn't know what he doesn't know. So, like, we've created this. It's not the kid's fault whatsoever. I don't blame the kids at all. What I do blame, though, is when the kids do something that the adult corrects it. And that is why I have an issue with the Shadeur and the Shilohs and them. Because to me, I don't give a fuck what you say about me. I'm speaking as a coach and the defensive prime, whether he knows it or not. I'm not from the school where kids get to speak over grown folks. I'm not from the school where kids get to say what they want in my program because you make my program look bad. And in this instance, you're making your own dad look fucking bad, having to defend more and more and more and more. He already is Deion Sanders. Like, it's already on. He already has a fucking bullseye. So now you're just, to me, now listen, if that's their get down, so be it, dog. You're just gonna have to go win. Before I move on, Matt, I want to shout out Monica Evers in the chat. She's a mother of a Power 5 player, and so I spoke to her in depth about some things the other day, and she has interesting takes on the portal. So she's very in tune to this. She's not a portal fan, but her son actually just got in one, and she's like, she has very interesting perspectives as to why it is almost a must now because of the dollars being spent and the fact that if you don't make money, you won't even play. That means if they're going to pay you a bag, that you have to get on the field. And if not, it is no ROI. There's no return on investment of the collective that's paying you.
Yep.
It's fucking crazy, dog. It's so deep right now that, to Matt's point, that we have ruined the most organic level of football there possibly is, because you can shit or get off the pot at the college level. At the high school level, you only can learn. Like, that's it. You're going to college. You're a great, you're a great athlete. You're going to get a scholarship. Blam. Now I got to teach you to be a man. College, dog, you're expected to already know certain things, and I got to get you prepped for the NFL now. If we're talking big boy football, like Alabama, you don't go to Alabama to get your degree. You go to Alabama to get an NFL contract. Let's just be real. This is what Deion knows this, and Deion is doing what it takes to try to get those guys there. I don't know if you can do it in this landscape, though, because you don't have the time, Matt, to develop a kid, teach him how to be a man, and then get in the portal every fucking 3 months. Like, it just don't make sense to me. It's too much on a kid. I got to ask you this take. Do you think that the social media influence, specifically when kids, to my point, go out on a social media tangent and then get involved, and then the fan base gets involved, and now the fans and the social media gurus, we like to call them, have more influence than the actual coach and the actual program itself. Cormani McClain last night went on Spaces on Twitter, which I don't understand how his team allowed. But if you didn't hear it, here it is.
Shout out my nigga Woe. Me and my
300
nigga
is
Woe
all
fuck
out
you,
of
man.
people.
But you got it fucked up. Fuck you, Monty. You ain't got no fucking point. You ain't even talking right now. Oh, you just start talking. Go ahead, Monty. That was him. He just started talking. My bad. Go ahead.
Got 300 people in the room. You think I care?
You don't give a fuck. That's the problem right there.
All right, see, look at that. Boom. If he don't give a fuck, then we don't give a fuck. See, boom. Just like that. No problem.
Bro, we had high hopes for you, my nigga. Like, hey, no, on some real shit, bro. I'm gonna tell you like this, fool. Bro. On some real shit, no troll shit, fool. You 20 years old, bro. I got partners that didn't make it to C20. You don't give a fuck, nigga. Your mama give a fuck, fool. I don't know what you on. You think you bigger than the program? You think you bigger than the world? I get that. It's probably shit that did play a factor in that, nigga. I can't take that away. But for you to say you don't give a fuck now, niggas care about you, fool. You got 300-some people in here. Nigga, you letting everybody else down. But most importantly, you letting your mama down. Nigga, she got on and felt some type of way about this shit going on. You better tighten up, fool. I'm telling you.
Hey, bro.
Say what?
Yeah, because in December, your mama...
Y'all boys taking this a little too personal.
Yeah, facts. Yeah.
All right. So look, first of all, bro, don't hit send. Coach Herm Edwards told me a long time ago, you can write the text, you can put the voicemail, but don't hit send. Don't hit the fucking go button. Just keep it to yourself. That's number one. Number two, like whoever said that to Cormani, you're right. Like this kid saying he doesn't give a fuck and everybody's taking this too personal and him giggling and shit and acting like this isn't a problem. Like, this is exactly why I said at the beginning of the show, I guarantee you this kid's a shitbird and doesn't care and thinks he's way too cool for school. And, like, he doesn't need to go to class and he doesn't need to put in the work and everything's a fucking joke. And, like, it's like this whole generation has got this, like, like, hey, everything's cool. Like, I'm the coolest motherfucker here. And I got 5 stars next to my name and I got an NIL deal and I'm a bad motherfucker. And you know what? That's bad. That's a bad fucking look, dude. Like, and I understand that was just somebody talking to him, but his response, I don't give a fuck at the beginning. And then, some of y'all boys are just taking this too personal. Well, they see you throwing your opportunity away. They care more than you because you don't give a fuck, apparently. And you're not taking it personal at all. And you're a 5-star generational type talent. I don't know how many guys I've known, and I'm not talking shit when I say this, and it breaks my heart to say it. I just buried one of my best friends about 6 weeks ago, who was one of the best athletes and fucking most explosive players I've ever seen in my life, but he could not get out of his own way, and it was always someone else's fault. And, like, especially in college, this is exactly what he was like. Fuck it, I don't care, it's blah, blah, blah. He didn't have the transfer portal, though. He had to deal with everything just in Boulder. Like, this is not just McClain. This is rampant in the transfer portal. This is the way these kids act and think. And their parents, like, pat them on the back for it because they're independent thinkers. Like, that's not independent thinking. That is self-sabotage. There's a huge fucking difference between sabotaging yourself and your opportunity and maximizing yourself and saying you don't give a look. If you don't give a fuck, why? I don't want you in Boulder, dog. And your 5 stars. Kicks fucking rocks, homie. Give me something who actually gives a shit.
Yeah. I just buried one of my
embarrassing.
I just buried my friend, one of the greatest athlete I've ever seen in my life, who never attended one day of high school. And it's because he didn't attend to his health. Total opposite. But again, the same thing, same result. If you don't attend to yourself or understand what it takes to become healthy or to stay alive or stay in school, and to your point, or stay in the league, it's self-sabotage. It's fucking unbelievable. That's the sad part about it. Here's my take that I don't believe Deion understood going into this Colorado job. Honorable that he took the job. I don't know if he was abreast of what was going to turn this was going to turn into. And this is my point that I don't believe anyone's ever talked about. The teams that I believe are going to win in the near future are either in the South or on the West. I don't believe in this era that you can win playing mercenary ball, rotating bodies every 3 months in a place like Colorado. Because, and just hear me out, this is why. And I don't believe you can win in a place like Utah. I don't believe you can win in a place like Michigan going forward, even though I'm talking about going forward now. Here's why. To Matt's point, the portal is becoming mercenary business. And guess what? When you are transferring and rotating bodies at an all-time high and you're getting the best player and you're trying to lure them there, what happens is you'll get a Cormani McClain who's from Lakeland, Florida, 300 days, sun, warm weather. You go to Boulder, Colorado. He's probably witnessed the snow more than he has not. And he's probably like, fuck this. I should have went to Miami. All these rumors are out there. This isn't just one instance with Cormani in Colorado. I'm talking about all the schools that are in these situational weather situations, climate situations. I don't believe we're going to see any schools in the Midwest, in the Northwest win, because you have to transfer so often. And let's be honest, you're not going to get players from the South, Florida, from LA to go, or Texas to go to certain areas. You can get them in the beginning like Deion's doing, but I believe it'll bite whoever. And I'm not just talking Deion. I'm talking about all schools. I don't believe there's going to be anyone other than we'll see if Miami and Florida can do it, but I'm talking about going forward. Can anybody get over the Georgias, Bamas, the South teams to actually win this thing? Or the West Coast. Washington just went, but I think that's over because they're moving. But I think the West Coast, USC and UCLA's time to shine is now because of our weather, because of the situations I'm discussing. I could be crazy on this topic, but I don't know if players are going to go and want to stay 2 years in a place they're not comfortable in, and that is what the portal is right now. There's no more putting your foot in your ass and keeping them there. Deion did a hell of a job. I've said on this show, Matt, what he did last year with McClain, keeping him not going to the transfer portal, him cussing him out, telling him, sit your ass, wait your turn, and the kid actually did. Deion finally put him in the game against, I think, Stanford, whatever. Yep. I commended Deion on this show. See, no one wants to talk about that. I said that's what coaching is. That's what you're getting. That means the players bought into you. I don't know if it's really attainable now with this whole thing on the rotation of players in climate, in certain climates. And I think Colorado suffers from that climate. And unfortunately, I could be crazy, but give me your guys' take.
That's a good point. Real quick. That's a good point. And I do think there could be some truth to it. I just think that in order to build culture in today's era, it just, one, it's going to just take time. But two, I think it's the head coach. So it's the head coach and the brand of the head coach and your reputation as that head coach. So, for example, like obviously Saban retired now, but Saban stays around. We all know Nick Saban and we respect him at the highest level. So as a recruit, let's say Alabama isn't the place that you want to live at for whatever reason. You would still go to Alabama because, one, of course, the money, but two, because Nick Saban is there. And you know the history of what Nick Saban has done for his players and the winning he has done at the organization. Why do I bring that up? What I'm saying is, in order for, in my opinion, for Deion to build any sort of culture at Colorado, I just think he's going to have to stay there for a long time, number one, but also number two, he has to win. Like he just has to win. So like he has to show a history of like, okay, 10 wins, 11 wins, and show that, because at the end of the day, players, yeah, they want spotlight, yeah, they want money, but I do believe that there's still a decent amount of players who still cares about winning. And I think guys will sacrifice, be willing to sacrifice the location in order to go to somewhere where they know they can win, on top of getting the spotlight and on top of getting the money.
Matt, I don't even know if the money matters anymore like we thought it did a year ago. Like, I think it's changing too, because if you look at the top NIL rankings, team rankings, Texas is number one at 20 mil. Bama's at 2 at 16. Ohio State and USC are tied at 3 at 13.6. Georgia's at 5. And then Colorado is at 6 at 12.3 million.
Right.
So Deion brought that money in there overnight, seemingly. And I don't know if this NIL money matters anymore. He's pushed Colorado to the top of the NIL, which we know that our man that left to Michigan State bitched about because he couldn't get enough money. Deion's actually went out and got the money. So there's no excuses if you're building a program, number one. I always say that. Mel Tucker bounced and went to Michigan State, and that did not end well. No. And it set Colorado back probably. And now you are –
God, they were awful.
But I don't know. Colorado has a bigger NIL bag than Oregon and Michigan.
Yep.
Does it mean nothing, though, in this day? I don't believe it means as much as we think it does. Yeah,
well,
we want the money.
He's only been there for a year, though, so we got to – like the year before – and this isn't an excuse. This is a fact. With the exception of maybe 3 or 4 offensive linemen that I think were pretty goddamn good on that 1-11 team, that was the worst football team I've ever seen in my life. So I'm sorry, but that's just what it is. When Coach Prime came in and he flipped the roster, they improved by 3 games. They lost a bunch of games by 1 score. This is the year that will determine whether or not the experiment is working. If they win 8-9 games and they get to a bowl game, they're competitive and ranked, then we have something to go off of. But it's too small of a sample size to compare to Michigan and Oregon and these other places that have been winning consistently, on top of the fact that Harbaugh was there forever. You know, Lanning came in after Chris. There's been consistency at Oregon, even though they've had different head coaches. They've turned it over pretty consistently, but those guys always seem to come in and just keep the party going.
Yeah.
So I agree with you that it may not look like it's working right now, but I'll give it 1 more year before I make a determination on that. But I will say this, man. If you give the opportunity to a quitter to quit, they will every time. If you give the opportunity to a young man to quit on himself rather than look himself in the mirror, eat shit, smile, and go back to work, especially in the NIL or in the social media era where they're going to have to do it publicly in front of everyone. Back in the day, if you had to eat shit and do something that maybe you didn't want to do that would make you look bad, but it's for the personal improvement moving forward. Well, you might be in the paper, you might have gotten in trouble, you might have to tell 3 or 4 people and just deal with it personally, and it's embarrassing to a point, but you'll get over it. Now, anything that happens, anything and everything, this kid going on last night on Twitter Squares, whatever that is, and having all these people jump on him, and he's sitting there acting like he doesn't care, like, because he's about to go get another quote-unquote little tiny bag. And look, I understand that's crazy for people to hear, but like a 6-figure college bag is not the goal for McClain. He's a 5-star 6'3" corner that runs 4.4. He should be trying to make $100 million by the time he's 30. But this is the kind of shit that like people were like, well, you look, Sauce Gardner's got swag. Sauce was a fucking walk-on that had to like earn everything to get to the point that he's at right now. He had to eat so much shit to get even relevant. This is one of the things, like when you're young and you get this much shine and this much back pat when you're 16, 17 years old, if you don't have somebody behind you that's humbling you and getting on your ass and teaching you how to do things correctly, those guys usually turn out to be big time turds mentally, bro. Like,
you know what's crazy too, Matt? Like, Cormani, whatever his name is, he's there and he sees Travis Hunter there. And I know based upon what you told me that Travis Hunter, he works and we see it on the field.
Dude, bro.
He's that guy. He takes it seriously, and he's
always trying to help other guys too. Like Travis Hunter is never the one to be like, fuck you, I don't want to help you.
Right. So how do you see that?
Should be glued to Hunter's ass.
How do you see that same position and you're not motivated? Like,
because you give the opportunity to a quitter to quit, and he will every time. Smitty, period.
Smitty, not to cut you off. Here's the thing, though. You don't see Travis Hunter in all the YouTube.
You don't see shit.
That's my point, though. Like, I respect it. I don't care if you do show yourself on social media. That's what we live in. This era is fine. I get it. But, like, the target on his chest is a lot more forgivable than everyone else because he's the guy behind the scenes that everyone, as I've talked to, plus Matt's right there, has said, man, he just grinds. He plays his little video games. He does a little shit like that. He's a kid, but he grinds. When business is business, he grinds. Like I always said, I quoted the day yesterday, Mac, work hard, play hard is cool. But when you work hard, you work hard. And when you play hard, you don't work at all. And like the same goes for when you work. When you work hard, you don't play. Yeah. Like playtime is for playtime and work time is for work time. I don't know if they understand that because of the bags that they got at such a young age. We're giving out bags to kids, in my opinion, that have taught them I can get through at bare minimal effort. I can get a bag for being bare minimum, doing bare minimum. And I think we've created this stigma, which is unfortunate for all the other kids coming up the pipe, all the youth Pop Warner. And I want to end this with you before I get your picks. This happened out here in California this past weekend. I know the owner of this place, and it's getting to be unbearable. And then this is why I tell Smitty all the time, when you stack all this shit up, it's going to get to the college level and eventually to the NFL level. This is at a 7-on-7 here in LA, one of the biggest 7-on-7 businesses in the world. We're seeing this at an everyday level.
Yeah, nigga! Yeah!
More fights.
Yeah! Holy shit! Oh my God! Holy shit!
Are any parents going to do anything? Anybody going to do shit?
I don't see no authority.
Coach is going to get involved. Any parents going to do anything but rile them up? The fucking parents are the problem. You punk motherfuckers are sitting there recording it and acting like come on, get fucking involved. Put your phone down and go break up the fight, you gutless fucking pieces of shit.
By the way, the kid that they didn't put in the video, the original organic video that I have from the actual coach that was there, one of these kids was saying the N-word with a hard R and nothing. Like, dog, I'm telling you, this shit is out of control. Here's the thing. What do we see in society when there's a fight on a train and a motherfucker is hitting a woman? Everybody just watches and film it. Shit is correlated, dog. Sports used to be the influence on society. Like, damn, I want to be like him because that motherfucker grinds, works hard, he does the right thing. Now, when a motherfucker hits a woman and he's an NFL player, guess what? We see more of motherfucker hitting a woman. It correlates, dog. I really do believe. I don't believe all of it. It's Smitty's point. I don't believe it's all, and I do believe Smitty, like, have some nuts. Don't do what you see. Do what you are. I get it, but too many kids nowadays are influenced by video games, social media posts, phones, and if you don't have a father figure or a mentor in your home, in your ear every day, telling you no, it's not okay, then guess what? You believe the video game, you believe the fucking post, and you believe all the shit you're seeing. And that is why I'm so anti-fucking this generation. Like, someone as a parent, as the adult, not the kid, needs to go down there and start cleaning up. And the adults are the ones that need to get their ass beat. Like, I'm trying to figure out.
The adults are the problem. Every time I have a problem in my facility, it's because of the parents, not the kids. Every time. When a parent walks in and they're like, my kid's the best player and the hardest worker and the coaches, everyone loves him. He doesn't play, of course, and that's because the coaches are favorites. They show favorites for this kid or that kid, but he's the best. I'm like, red flag. Immediately, it's fucking red flag. It's like, okay, now I got to deal with a kid who's being told that he doesn't need to do certain things because he's the best. What? Like, there's no kids that are the best. They're fucking kids. Like, I'm really hard on my kids, like, hard. I'm not their friend. I'm their father. Like, we'll be friends when you go to college for free, when you obtain your goals. But I also don't give a shit what they do as long as they do it at 100 miles an hour. I don't care if Nick plays football or Logan fights. I don't care if they want to be artists or fucking rock stars. I don't care. But whatever you're doing, we're not going to fake it. We're actually going to do it and earn it and build and do it for real. So when they do knock or when your opportunity does come, you can actually do it. It's amazing to me how many people these days would rather put up this facade rather than just earn it. And it's okay to struggle. It's okay to not have all the answers. It's okay to have adversity. It's okay to fail. In fact, I encourage it. Fail at a monumental level. Fuck up as much as you possibly can when you're young. Just figure out how to overcome it mentally and not put yourself in a position where you're this guy. I don't want to go to practice today, but I'm a 5-star and it's just too hot and it's too hard and the coaches don't like me. They recruited me and gave me a bunch of NIL money, but they don't like me. Ho hum, ho hum. It's like it's a bunch of fucking Darias walking around just trying to play college football or college sports. And it's just that on top of the opportunity to quit on yourself now with the transfer portal. Like it's at a monumentally high point where it's just fuckery all the time, bro. It's constant fuckery, coach, all day, every day.
Like Tank Johnson said on the show, like, you know, the kid needs to fucking fall, cry, and get back up on his own. Like, yes. We don't do it no more. We coddle everybody, and then we tell them that they're the greatest thing since sliced bread, and you wonder why. We got a coach out here in California at Modern Day High School who just won the state title, finished number 1 in the nation, got fired. Like, what? Because he had a hat backwards on and he tells kids, you know, he really coaches. Like, we want you to coddle everyone now. And these kids cannot fail anymore because we don't let them fail. We tell them they're so good. And I'm like, bad issue. All right. Before you get out of here, I got to get your take on, you got like a couple minutes?
Yeah, dude, let's do it.
All right. So first of all, before we get your picks for Winnable, we're gonna give away a free pick on the show. Let's do a free pick right now in the NBA tonight. Would you rather give away a free pick Atlanta Hawks versus Chicago Bulls in Chicago, or would you rather give a free pick lock on Miami Heat 76ers? 76ers are favored by 5.5. What's your lock pick for the NBA tonight? Play in.
I'm going to say the lock pick is the Sixers. I like the Sixers to win tonight with Embiid back. And, you know, they're a different team. Maxey is a hell of a player. And then the other playing game is Sacramento, New Orleans.
No, tonight. That's Friday. Tonight.
That's Friday.
Tonight's East game is Atlanta Hawks.
And then the Bulls and the Hawks. You know, I'm just going to go with my, you know, I like the Bulls. I think that they're a okay team and not great. I'll take the Bulls and the Sixers this evening. And if you want to talk points and all that shit, I think the Sixers win by double digits. I think the Bulls probably win by 3.
I'm kind of similar. By the way, Matt was right on his winnable pick, so go check it out. He picked the Kings. I picked the Warriors. The question I guess I have, the poll question is this the end of the big 3 in Golden State?
Yes.
They did bad last night, dog. Klay Thompson.
Yeah, and Kerr's gone too. And that's okay. They've won multiple titles. Steph Curry is one of the best in the business of what he does. They did look bad. They look uninterested. They look like they know the party's about to get broke up. You know, and that's okay. It's probably time for Klay Thompson to go be a role player. You know, Steph Curry needs to decide where he wants to go in order to keep the party going. You know, like, and what team out there wants to bring in Steph Curry to add him to the mix of an already good basketball team? You know, like, you know, and everybody's got to sit around and think about it. Is he going to join the Lakers and team up with LeBron for a couple of years? Is he going to go to the East? You know, and try and team up with somebody there for a couple of years. You know, does he want to go Kevin Durant style and try and fucking go to the Nuggets and put Murray at the 2 and let Steph Curry run the 1 for a couple of years? Like, these are all things that are going to come about when you're talking about the Golden State Warriors. But, you know, Kerr and Draymond's bitch ass and Curry and Klay, that was a hell of a run.
Yeah, I say you trade Draymond, you let Klay go. I think Klay fits the Lakers to a T as a role playing shooter. And then you keep Steph and you bring in some guy. CP2 has to go. He's fucking
he's old as shit.
washed. He's always old. All
Talk
right,
about
let me get your take now with your team, your Nuggets, who own the Lakers in the last 8 games. Lakers haven't beaten since 2022. That's who they're going to play. I actually here's the thing. When I was a huge Laker Kobe guy, and Kobe was dealing with that whole case in Denver and was flying to LA games, rooftop, landing on a helicopter, going down, dropping 50, and then going back to court every day in Denver was crazy. Denver Nuggets, when they weren't that good at that time, loved Kobe Bryant. All you would see in Denver Nuggets Stadium was Kobe Bryant jerseys, and they loved the Lakers. Now
we hate the fucking Lakers. That's not true. We've got a bunch of transplants here.
Well, yeah, but there was a shitload of Laker jerseys in that stadium back in the day.
Maybe, but Nugget fans were fucking booing the shit out of that cat and talking shit.
Yeah.
The
real ones. But I like this for a competition standpoint. This is what Darvin Ham had to say about playing the Nuggets.
Back to 0-0. We with all the smoke and we ain't ducking no fades. We're going to enjoy this one tonight, take tomorrow off, and then we'll go from there.
Good. Have fun with all the smoke and ducking no fades, because the Nuggets are going to fuck them up again, period.
Hey, we should want this, though, for sports. I want it.
I love that kind of shit. Talk that shit. I want rivalries. I want teams that don't like each other. That's what we want. I'm so glad the Lakers won. Like, I'm ecstatic. I want the Nuggets and the Lakers. That's what I want. We just mopped their ass in the fucking Western Conference Finals last year on the way to a title, and now we get to mop their ass again on the way to a repeat. So it wouldn't mean as much if we didn't get to beat the Lakers on the way.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna bet a big bag of money on the Lakers.
Well, you're going to lose that shit. The Lakers are not winning, folks. You're out of your fucking money.
Only because of the odds. It just doesn't make sense. If I want to, scared money don't make money.
Crazy.
Dumb money don't make money either.
Everyone that takes the Lakers, you're losing money. They might get one game, bro. It'll be a sweep or a gentleman's sweep, period.
Like, I gotta fucking, like, where are the nuts and guts from LeBron James and AD? You're so fucking good. Where's the nuts? If you get
they don't have an enforcer guy. Like, we've got Aaron Gordon's badass. He's an enforcer. Like,
swept. I'm gonna be fucking like, you guys have no fucking nuts and guts. Like, I don't know.
Well, your nuts and guts have one eyebrow, and every time he gets poked in the eye or tweaks his knee or steps on a Lego, he can't fucking play anymore. So,
Matt, I got to ask you a political question real quick before you get out of here.
Awesome. Wow. Great idea.
Here in California, we got these fucking protesters blocking bridges. We got all this shit. And I made a post, a tweet, and I said, I'll run all these motherfuckers over. And everyone's like, oh, you go to jail, blah, blah, blah. Well, I'm just going to act like I'm texting like every other fuck does on the freeway and act like I didn't see it. But here's the take. In Florida, they're now removing the protesters and arresting them. I love it.
Good.
Overseas, we're seeing this.
Yeah, move this fucking ass. Get your bitch ass off the fucking street. What is this?
Premier qui bouge l'encul. Premier qui bouge l'encul, je m'en bats les couilles. Le premier qui bouge l'encul.
Move your bitch ass.
I'm telling you, I don't understand.
Look, the audacity of these fucking protesters and the whole movement. Like, you punk motherfuckers, dog. This people hate you because of this shit. And look, I guarantee you, there's not a whole bunch of people on the right that are doing this. So we know what side this is. And look, this is. I can't believe that Biden and his fucking cronies. Well, I can't believe they're not doing anything about it because he's asleep. But bro, this is as bad as it gets. This is the kind of shit where people are going to freak out and start shooting at each other eventually over, stupid shit like this. But you know what, bro? If you're going to just sit around and fucking protest, people got to go to work and people are trying to live their lives and they're all stressed out. And now you're going to add this and you don't think you're going to get a response. And then the person that's just trying to go to work is somehow going to get arrested because they have to give like the equal rights to get your ass beat. There's the equal right. You have the equal right to fuck you up if you do this kind of dumb shit.
Man, here's the problem I have.
God damn, dude.
It's these foreigners, whether they're legal or illegal, and I have no issue with legal immigrants.
I agree there, but if you're an illegal immigrant or you're getting shipped in here just to go protest or fuck with people because they're not putting you up in a 5-star, like, bro, like, how about we take care of our own citizens or our own vets or anybody that pays taxes in this fucked up country? Everything's about helping other people. You don't help your own citizens at all. It's fucking embarrassing.
But my point is this. You come here to enjoy our freedoms, and you get to protest about your country in shithole desert country, wherever the fuck you're from. I don't care where you're from. Go there then. Get the fuck out of here. If you're going to bitch and moan about our country that you're enjoying the freedoms of, but get the fuck out. Here's something very alarming, Matt, that I need you to see and everyone else to see. This just broke news. The Boston Marathon bomber just received a 1400. Yeah. That's our government.
Dude, our country is such a clown show, dog.
This is what's happening, dog.
Embarrassing.
This fuck right here.
Get off the screen. Fuck this guy.
This fuck right here. And we have 7 million of them in America right now.
Unbelievable, dude.
We're about to have a civil war, and that's by design.
Look, I'm telling you, if you say anything as a white male, you're a racist. And if you if you say anything and you vote for Trump, you're a racist. Even all my black friends and Latino friends that voted for Biden and now are like, I would never vote for these motherfuckers again. I'll never vote for a Democrat again. I hate them. So are they racist too? Or are they just awake? Like, I'm sorry that I have eyeballs and I can see what's happening, but that doesn't make me a racist. It makes me a realist, idiots. Like, come on, man. There's a huge difference between being a fucking mindless bigot that doesn't know his ass from a hole in the ground and actually having a fucking brain. Like, I am for people. I want everyone to figure this shit out and move forward together. I don't give a shit what color you are, what fucking religion you are, gay, straight, don't give a fuck. I don't care. A piece of shit's a piece of shit. Period. That's the way this works. So like that whole mindset is like the left's way to try and silence people that know that are either independents, where I find myself right in the middle gray area, or on the right. Like, come on, man. The fact that we can't talk to each other, when you stop having conversation, you start loading magazines. And I ain't talking about Maxim.
Yeah, we're fucked. I don't know what. It's crazy to me. I can't do it. I can't believe it.
Like, it almost makes it when I talk to people about politics and they're like, yeah, I'm going to vote for Biden and they're doing such a great job. And I look at them and I'm like, are you intentionally trying to sabotage? Like, is that the goal here? And I think that is the goal. I think it's internal. We talk about self-sabotage personally here, right? All the time about athletes self-sabotaging. Yes, this is self-sabotage on a much bigger level. Where the fuck did Smitty go, dog?
He had a meeting. So you're the new co-host, by the way.
Okay, cool. Well, it should be the Coach JB show with Big Matt anyway.
Yeah, so I don't know if you knew that or not. You're the new co-host right now.
Come to that ass, Smitty.
I got to ask you something, though. All this comes back to this, what I'm about to show you, because we talk about all this shit, and Smitty doesn't understand the concept that all this shit adds up, and there's bigger pictures involved when they design this shit the way they do.
He's 27 years old, dog. He's voted twice in his life.
I know. He's 30 now.
Yeah, cool.
Look at this. Now, you can comment or not, but listen, Carl Nassib, first open gay NFL player. Get it. Fine. I don't care. I have no issue. The problem
he's pretty good defensive end.
Very good, yeah. First issue I have is, though, that the NFL and Rodgers is pushing we push these narratives and we wonder why we're pushing the whole inclusive thing. Like, everyone's inclusive. They're not. Like, I don't believe everyone should be inclusive. Men should not dabble into certain things, and women should not dabble into certain things. This is going to be the announcement on draft day of this Peggy Rajewski, who's like the Trevor Project, if you know what that is. We'll be announcing the Browns second-round draft pick with Carl Nassib, openly gay man, in the NFL. They're just shoving it down our throat, Matt. I have no idea. I don't care what you are. I don't. I know. Pause, like they say.
Yeah, fucking something.
I don't give a fuck what you are and what you do. Like, but don't force it down my kid's throat, my family, myself. Well, I don't want to see it. I don't want to know. I don't understand.
Let's do this. After Cleveland has their second round pick where they do this, does the next group or the next team get to parade out the guy on the team who's the most ultra religious conservative cat on the team who doesn't believe in this and get to bring out Father Frank and they get to also talk about what they believe? Because again, I'm in the middle. I'm a godless heathen atheist. I don't give a shit if you're gay, straight, trans, don't give a fuck. I'm in my own lane. I think religion is absolutely fucking batshit nuts. But if you're going to go that route, then why aren't they going the other route also? Why? I wonder.
And why did good friends of mine as head coaches get fired for fucking praying with their team on a knee in this country? Why did they get fired for saying the Pledge of Allegiance? Why did they get fired? Why did we put those things in?
I have to take down a don't tread on. Like, I had somebody walk into my gym and say, you know, that don't tread on me sign's racist. And I was like, are you fucking crazy? Where are you from? Moscow? Like, I have a tattooed on me. There's nothing racist about don't tread on me. Get the fuck out of here. Like, people read shit on social media and think it's facts and they're super uneducated. I love when I have arguments with religious people that don't really know anything about religion and can't read, or political arguments with folks who just take whatever they saw on social media that morning and run with it and don't actually know this history of our country or the history of the world or anything else. They're uneducated. And then they get aggravated when you try and have a conversation with them about it. And I'm a piece of shit and everyone's a racist and blah, 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 blah. Well, no, I'm not any of that. Your opinion is based on someone else's knowledge or what you think is knowledge. You're not actually making your own opinion. You're just going off what everyone else says to make yourself sound smart. And then when you get called on it, you get aggravated rather than actually presenting facts that would make you a viable fucking conversationist. And then we can actually talk. But if you don't actually know what you're talking about, yet you're fighting like you do, that makes you just a fucking moron.
Well, what happened is when they turned this right and left thing, because when my dad, I used to pick my dad up from being drunk, fighting at bars. I'd pick him up, and there would be conversations between Republicans and Democrats at those bars that were very, very good. Great discussions, debates, etc. But the Democrats and the Republicans back in the day, I was explaining to Smitty, it wasn't this segregated, separated, or far apart. It was really like the middle class was Democrat. We all knew Republicans had money. That's what we were told when we were young anyway. And then nowadays though, the left supports gay. You have the whole abortion debate between the two parties. You have now it's all race motivated. That wasn't the case back in the day. So why the NFL pushes this was a huge conglomerate, I don't know. See, the Trevor Project that I asked you about is basically it was a suicide prevention among lesbians, gay, and bisexual and transgender people. Okay. Now, listen, each his own, dog, but how about suicide prevention for fucking our veterans, homie? How about we push that? How about that motherfucker's calling the first pick for the Cleveland Browns? Like, I'm trying to figure out why it's being forced down our throats so hard. I just don't get it. And listen, I do get it, though. That's the unfortunate part about it. I do get it, but I just don't understand why we're trying to separate the country like we are. Like, we want us divided because together, everyone achieves more. That's what team means. Can't do that, Matt. when we're separated because, IRS agents may be carrying guns and they come try to collect your money to pay Ukraine, blah, blah, blah. So anyway, I wanted to dive into that. But before you get out of here, I want to get your take on this. Apparently, Robert Kraft, back to sports world, because we talk all things real on the show. Back to sports. Robert Kraft apparently called the owner of the Atlanta Falcons and told Mr. Blank to not trust Bill Belichick.
Wow.
And Kraft strongly denied that, but this is a story that's leaked. And you wonder why you interviewed Bill twice. Remember that. The Falcons interviewed Bill twice. Everyone thought it was a foregone conclusion that Belichick was going to take the job. And then all of a sudden you get kind of like, it's over. Do you think there's any merit to this?
I mean, where there's smoke, there's fire, bro. I got to go after this. But look, Belichick, Kraft should be writing the fucking letter of recommendation for Bill. Why does Bill need a letter of recommendation in the first place?
No
Why
shit.
Why the fuck do we even need to talk to Kraft? Who gives a shit? Like, the pelts on the wall speak for themselves. Like, this is the same guy that you were up 28-3 on and you lost to. Like, there's enough of the resume builder right there. So, look, that's nuts. I can't believe that he would do something like this, bro. That is fucking so... It might be the lowest thing I've ever fucking seen ever in the history of low things. Holy shit.
Hey, we were talking about black on black crime yesterday with D Jones in the chat and Big Smitty. Yeah, that's fucking white on white crime right there. Hey, Matt, appreciate you hanging in there for us for a whole hour. And I'll see you Friday. And hopefully your picks hit. He's taking the Bulls and the Sixers tonight. Head on over to Winnable tonight. Slap picks. And get you all of our picks.
And I'll be on 0 to 60 at 10 today on YouTube and Twitch. Make sure you go on, check it out. Smitty's supposed to be our guest today. I'm assuming he's still going to do it. We'll see. But I'll tell you, the Coach JB show with Big Matt sure does sound nice. I might be coming after Smitty's ass here, just saying. A little bit of a competitor here. So have yourself a good day there, Coacher. Ugh, gross. Peace.
Peace. Appreciate Matt hanging in there. All right. Now, I want to dive into some things real quick. I don't know if Big Smitty's going to bounce back on or not. Aaron Rodgers has come out, and another conspiracy theorist, and has said that the government created HIV.
It was made in the 80s. Create a pandemic, with a virus that's going wild, right? Fauci was given like over $350 million to research this, to come up with drugs, new or repurposed, to handle the AIDS pandemic. And all they came up with was AZT. And if you do even a smidge of research, and I know I'm not a, epidemiologist, I'm not a doctor, I'm not an immunologist, whatever the fuck. I can read though, right? And I can learn and look things up just like any normal person. I can do my own research, which was so vilified, to even question authority.
Can't question anything anymore. You can't have an opinion. Now, listen, I think what he says a lot of times is similar to what I do. I say opinions, what I think, don't really give a fuck about what you think. I think Aaron Rodgers takes heat for that because of who he is. I think I take heat for what it is because of who I am. It is what it is. But we used to be able to have an opinion. And whatever our opinion was exactly that, an opinion. Nowadays, if you say your opinion, you are a crack if you're on the left. And if you're on the right, you're racist. You're sellout. You're Uncle Tom. You can't have opinions in this fucking country no more. You see what they've created. Like, you see what they have created. It's fucking unbelievable. Go do the research. When I recruited my players, I told them one specific thing. You can ask every one of them. Be the CEO of yourself. Be the CEO of yourself, meaning Go do your own research. Because what a coach tells you is going to possibly and probably be a lie. So if you only believe the coach who's recruiting you for his team, you are doing yourself a disservice. Be the CEO of yourself. Why would I only listen to what our government tells me? I would be doing a disservice to myself. I can go read and research myself, be my own CEO, and do this on my own. I don't need to listen to you, Google, or etc. See, that's the problem with you guys now on social media. You all think it's what you say is the gospel. It's not. It's not the gospel. And I have the right to have my fucking opinion. No one does research anymore. It's trigger words. Trigger words rule the world. Meaning you take a 20-minute video of me, you clip it down to 1 minute, you take all the hot fucking edit clips, you put it on a short, and then I'm that person. You saw it on Netflix, 16 episodes, 400 million eyeballs, and you made a depiction of me based on what you saw that was edited. But then people go and say, that's not even JB. That's not JB. JB fucking did this, and this. It blows my mind that you guys are really that ignorant and are willing to accept the word of another grown man over your own research. It fucking blows my mind. And what's even worse is a grown person, woman or man, doing or having an assumption of another man they've never met or never operated in that profession and sit there and judge me or anybody that never have walked in those shoes. You've never walked in Aaron Rodgers' shoes, and you're only assuming. And assuming makes assholes of us all. Period. Mario Cristobal, an alarming release, has made $22 million last year. He made $22 million in the 22 calendar year. The largest ever single year amount for any athletics department employee on a tax form by a private university, according to USA Today's sports research. Steve Kim's on tomorrow. We're going to have this conversation, but you better win, Mario. You better win in Miami, Mario. $23 million to be that bad as a manager, operator, CEO. Can't wait to talk to Steve about that tomorrow. I got a I'm going to break down some more Colorado talk and dive deeper into the last chance you take as only I can. But I got to take a piss. Give me a coffee. Because if I'm solo, then I got 40 minutes by myself with all you guys. Pound the like button. Yes, I may be taking some live calls. Let me tap that in. I'll be taking some live calls after this. But I'm going to show somebody's high school film today. And I'm going to talk to you about why some people think this guy's a first-round draft pick. I'll be back in 3 minutes. Coach Yo, the head women's basketball coach of the Ole Miss Rebels. Clap it up. What up, Coach?
Nice to meet you, Coach.
It's getting ready to be a shift. If you're not okay with these players having some power, you got to get out the game. Straight up, or you're going to get ran out. I'm very particular on the type of kid I go after. Like, if they come in the door, I need this, I'd be like, all right, see ya. I'm still old school in the fact, like, I want the players that got a chip on their shoulder. I want the players that someone said they couldn't do it, and they ready to show the world they could do it. You know, I want the players that want to be coached hard, because they're still out there. There's a narrative. And yes, the game has changed. And, you know, some people say they're soft. And Yeah, and that's true. Like, we came up different. Like, let's just keep it a stat. But there are some kids out there that still want to get it out the mud, still want to work, still want to grind. And that is where these coaches are messing up, because they're really not evaluators for real. Come on now, JB. You was getting kids from
People don't know, Coach. There was like, okay, I get 30 D1 transfers a year to come back to me, which used to be the portal, right? JUCO was the portal before what is created. Now JUCO is going to probably implode, unfortunately.
I want to speak for the coaches. We are not complaining that people are getting paid. The issue is this. When I came to Ole Miss, I was the lowest paid head coach in the SEC. I ain't had no problem with that.
Yep. Grind.
Done anything. As I started to win, I started saying, hold up now. Such making it.
Wait a minute.
But I earned it.
Yep.
The problem college coaches have with these cats is, you ain't earned it, and you talking about NIL?
Thank you, Smitty. That's what I'm trying to tell this youngster every day.
Now, if you earned it and you are All-American and you see, because here's my philosophy. Everybody knows it's public knowledge. I'm $1 million coach, right? So I ain't get that on my own. My players did that.
Right.
Yeah.
So like all my players got NIL deals. Shout out to the Growth Collective, because we all got to get paid up in this.
Right.
You know, because the days of this ain't slavery, this ain't.
And there's money.
It's money. So they all getting the NIL deals. They all being taken care of. And that's how it should be.
I'm like, all right. I got the Hermes following me.
Yeah. They appreciate you. You know, in the world we live in today, there aren't a whole lot of people that are willing to just kind of say it like it is, you know, and you guys.
We are back in the building. Shout out to Bailey running the show. Smitty take vacations all the time. He just leaves the show, you know. Is what it is. Make sure you follow Steve Kim. He's got the 3 Knockdown Rule podcast on YouTube. Him and Mario Lopez. They have some great boxing icons on their show, so check it out. Steve will be on tomorrow with Shaun King. We'll talk some NFL QB, Caleb Williams breakdown. Taking the quarterback breakdowns, though, I want to show you something real quick, okay? Let's dive into something. I don't think Grandmaster Wu got banned from the Discord for the truth. I think you got banned for the Discord because that's a place where we don't want drama. There's a difference. Yeah, come on, Master Wu. Keep it real. I'm all for like debate, but that's not the place for it. You got to read the room sometimes, homie. Like some cats got to learn to read the fucking room. You can't read the room, you're not going to have a lot of fucking agreements. And I'm all for disagreeing, but let's keep it real. Shout out to Eric Weddle. Incredible honor, the Senior Bowl. Eric Weddle obviously is in the Hall of Fame for the Senior Bowl class of 2024. He is being honored for that. Shout out to E-Dub. Bailey, if you could put that in. Shout out to Keep It Up. Eric Weddle. I'm going to head on over to talk to Eric Weddle and his team and his coaches. I'm going to evaluate his staff. I'm going to go around about 10 different schools, JUCOs and high schools, and I'm going to evaluate their staffs during practice. I used to have Willie Fritz and other guys come do my staff at Independence. I think it's a great tool for coaches. It's an honest opinion and evaluation of your staff. And shout out to Eric Weddle, fan favorite, getting indoctrinated inducted into the Senior Bowl Hall of Fame. And of course, the humble human that he is has come out and thanked everyone else but himself, because that's who he is. Yes, sir. Oos, Josh Fele. I'll be up there. All right, let's dive into something. I want to break down some quarterback play, and we'll do it tomorrow with Shaun King, but I'm going to do this right now. I want you to take a look. Can you put it as a big picture, Bailey, with this one? I don't know if you can, but take a look at this man. Let's be real. Let's have a real honest conversation. But what does JB know? Okay, so look. I've come out and said there's no way, unless Deion has that much play and clout and pull, that this guy's a first rounder, okay? Or first pick, a little less first pick, a little less first rounder. Now, listen. Most high school big-time quarterbacks who go to the NFL are mechanically a lot more sound than what you just saw, okay? Here's my point to this, and this is what people need to understand. You can be a late bloomer and get better. I was one. But you cannot hide the fact that mechanically you just can't get out of your own way sometimes. This guy there is a reason why, and it's not just because of his daddy, that he only had Jackson State as an offer. Can we be real? If he was really that good, he would have a lot more offers than Jackson State. Can we be honest? Can we be honest? We have watched him in college. Latrell, we have watched him in college. See, you guys got to get over the fact that you're fanboys of certain families. Like, you guys are fans of the Sanders family. That's cool. I get it. That's fine. But I'm here. My obligation is to tell you the truth. He's not that good, homie. I'm just keeping it real with you. Latrell, if anything, you should at least understand that I'm going to keep it real about certain things. And quarterback is my wheelhouse. The guy is not that good, bro. If I threw the ball every fucking down in college, I would break records too. Just keeping it real. It's all about that kid at that program. You have to make him into what he isn't. And he is not that good. Breaking news.
Hi, JB. How are you? Are you excited to see me?
Who brought you? I thought you were gone.
Listen, I snuck back in. I'm only here for a brief moment. I wanted to introduce my brother back into the show. I begged him to do it. He didn't want me to do it. But before he joins us, I just wanted to take the time to say hello to you and your fabulous chat, and then also introduce one of the baddest MFers you'll ever meet. The beast from Naptown, Warren Central legend, Ball State phenom, Aaron Donald S. defensive tackle, Fox Sports legend, one of the smartest, youngest cats you'll ever know, my big brother, my twin brother, Big Smitty. So I'm going to leave you guys with this. In life, Sometimes it gets tough, Jason, but just keep going. You guys be blessed. I'm going to get my brother and bring him on, and you guys finish your show off with a bang.
Chris in the chat, fan favorite of mine. Regardless of what people want to tell you about me, chat, I'm not a bad person. I engage people in convo, but people obviously don't like what I say or who I am, though they don't know me. Yeah, that's me in a nutshell. That's Chris. I respect people that say their own shit. You don't have to agree with me. I call you guys fanboys because you solely defend one certain person, object, team, organization, or group. That's a fanboy by definition. So I'm not saying just because you disagree with me, you're a fanboy. I'm saying it's obvious. It's obvious that you're a fanboy, because if not, you would have a argument to debate me on, and you don't. You don't have an argument. All you say is, I'm not a Sanders fan, dude. That doesn't mean diddly shit to me. You absolutely brought zero fucking data, info, or analytics to the conversation.
I got to defend my chat, though, JB. How can someone truly defend their point within the comments section? I think a lot of times we read their comments and we don't even fully understand what they're trying to say, because it's like text messages. They can get, misconstrued within a message. It's not like they're calling in and doing a full-time debate. Some of our people in our chat, JB, either played the game, coached the game, still coaches the game now, understands the game, fan the game for a long time, and have actual insight on what's going on. Not everyone in our chat is an idiot, JB.
Right. And again, King Moss, I have a show. I run a show. I talk about whatever's hot topic. And if they're a hot topic every day, guess what, fanboy? I'm going to discuss it, you fucking idiot. See, that's the thing. If you ran your own show and I was at your show, then you can say what the fuck you want. But you're in this show, obviously, because you're commenting on my fucking platform. So that's what you are. Do you understand now how that works, fanboy? See, that's what I don't get. You motherfuckers are unbelievable. So guess what? Is Stephen A a fanboy because he talks about everything he talks about on his show every day? Does Shay Shay Club Room fucking talk about everything? Is he a fanboy? Is he a fanboy of fucking Cat Williams?
What you call it?
Still talking about it, Smitty. I don't know if you know. That was his most watched show. He still talks about Cat Williams.
What you call it, though?
Fanboy, Catboy, I don't know.
Now, what you call this? What you call his show?
Club Shay Shay Room? I don't know.
You said something funny the first time. I don't know what you said. I'm back though, y'all, man. What did I miss? Man? What's going on? I jumped back in. You cussing people out. You arguing. Did anybody join Winnable since I left? I mean, what's the updates? Tell me the top 3 biggest updates since I left.
Shadeur Sanders was horrible. That's why he only went to Jackson State.
Okay.
At a black man sighting at a hockey game.
19 hits.
Marshawn Lynch is part owner of the Kraken up in Seattle. They were in Winnipeg.
Okay. What's cracking? Okay.
Dion is now Last Chance U.
Okay.
We had a Carl Nassib, first openly gay NFL player, is going to announce the Cleveland Browns draft pick.
Shout out to Carl.
And Kendrick Perkins calls out Charles Barkley and Shaquille O'Neal and said they don't watch anything other than the games they report on. And then Shaq said, can a non-Hall of Famer speak on 2 Hall of Famers? Just asking.
What's your take on that? Whose side are you on that response?
Yeah. Kind of like this. I'm a Shaq and Charles guy. I love them.
Of course.
I'm not a big Perkins guy.
Parker's cool people though. I met him a couple times. He used to be on our show back in the day.
Everyone's cool when you meet him just one time.
I met him. He used to be a regular on our show before he went to ESPN.
Yeah. I'm sure at that particular business and spot, he's gonna be cool. He's not. I
can test him right now.
Yeah, he's not gonna be like, "Hey, fuck you, Smitty." That's not gonna be his first impression. I'm pretty sure you know that by now in life.
Believe it or not,
30 years old, pretty sure. So here, let me dive into this stuff.
Dive into
it. You know when people say,
what they say?
You know when people say, it's really not that bad. You know that?
I do. I hear it all the time.
Like when give somebody a piece of candy.
It's almost like you settling.
It's really not that bad. It's not that bad.
It's cool. It's decent.
Yeah. Do you know what that means?
What that mean?
It's not fucking good either.
Ooh.
See, I'm tired of people accepting mediocrity as its excellence. I'm just fucking tired of it. I hate when people say, it's not bad here, you should try it. No, it means it's not good. You didn't sell me. Hey, man, this is fucking unbelievable. This show isn't that bad. Then it's not fucking good show either.
So you're basically bad.
I think you're bad.
Guys say you can't be lukewarm, JB. You either hot or cold.
I'm going to go like, pussy is all right. Well, guess what? You didn't sell me to go back and hit.
I don't want to hit that. I don't want no all right.
I don't want to hit the pussy that's all right.
I want greatness.
Hey, her shit stink. It got a little bit of stink. I don't want to fucking hit that.
I want water.
I don't know, dog. I don't get it. I don't get it.
I don't know how we even got there.
But go ahead. I'll give you a real honest conversation on a show that we do.
Appreciate you.
Perkins covers basketball. I've heard him multiple times say the wrong shit on ESPN, multiple times, and he actually sounds like a buffoon at times. And then I'm like, damn, dog, this is what you do for your job. And you've literally either said the wrong name, had the wrong data, which we all do, but you are getting paid big money to be that guy. Now, he came out and said exactly that about Shaq and Barkley, that they only talk about the games they probably cover, which makes them irresponsible reporters.
Right.
So, to your point about two things being true, Shaquille O'Neal and Barkley, we know why they got the job.
Personalities, big superstar Hall of Famers. We get legends.
One's a big-time champion. Kenny Smith also is on that panel, big-time champion, multiple rings. And then Kenny, and EJ, right?
Yeah.
Just a legend. So, him talking about ball in the Hall of Fame is completely separate than what Perkins was talking about.
Right.
It's like me on this show. I'm not a Hall of Fame NFL player, so apparently I can't talk about anything other than Hall of Fame NFL players.
Right.
But I have a resume of coaching, playing, and having guys in the NFL, plus having a relationship with multiple people that coach it and play it. So I think I have a professional opinion. Shaq playing and calling the game is completely different. So I actually agree that if he is doing those things that Perkins said, then Perkins has the right to call him out. Perkins also played in the NBA. He also won a championship. And albeit he's not a Hall of Famer, Shaq would have abused him, of course. The fact is, though, that
he knows the game.
We're not talking about playing career. We're talking about analytics, calling the game as a color guy, color commentator guy. So, listen, but like the respect factor of it, I think social media has allowed, again, you to say whatever you want, because I don't believe Kendrick Perkins would say that in front of Shaq on the set.
My thing,
I'm not saying it out of a fear thing because he wants to fight and get beat up. I'm saying we often say shit on social media now with our fingers that we will never say with our mouth, and that's what I don't like, respect, or appreciate of this social media era. That's why I wouldn't be mad if it was gone. So that's the only thing I say. Like, I think they'd have a whole nother conversation and they'd be clowning. See, it's totally different in person than it would be. And that's why I predicate myself. And I want to be the same consistent guy everywhere, on social media, in person, on the phone, in a studio. I'm the same dude. And I just don't think we have that anymore.
You know what? I love how you said that. It was very eloquent in how you said it and delivered it. And I actually agree with you. Like, I'm not like, if what Kendrick is saying is true, then yeah, like the playing is separate than you being an analyst, but the respect as former players, I feel like
hit him private, Smitty. Hit him up private.
Yeah. You know, as former players, you don't do that. Number one. Number two, you're both like analysts now. You're in this same space. And Shaq paved the way for you as a player. And I can also say as an analyst too, being a black man, a center, a big guy on TV. I think he paved the way for you in multiple lanes. Out of respect, there's no like it was not necessary for Kendrick to put that out there. No one told Kendrick to put that out there. He made a decision that he disagreed with something Shaq and Charles or whatever said on TV and decided to grab his phone and go tweet that out. He did not have to do that. It could have been private. It could have been in person. It could have been. It just was unnecessary is what I'm saying. Whether it's true, false, or indifferent, Kendrick doesn't have any factual information that Shaq or Chuck doesn't watch tape. He does not know that. So you even putting that out there, it was just pointless. Just like I don't know how much film Kendrick is watching. I don't know. No one knows anything unless you live with them and you're dating them. You don't know what they're doing. So this was a pointless comment to make.
This goes full circle back to what we started the show when we started our politics talk. The right and the left so far apart now. It's either you're pushing gay rights, abortion rights, racial rights, or racial discrimination, or racism, or Uncle Tom. If you're a brother on the right, all these different things. Charles Barkley took a whole newfound hate when he came out and said, I will punch any black person in the face if he votes for Trump.
Right.
And the far right said, I no longer like Charles Barkley now because of that one statement.
No matter what else he did in his life, no matter what type of human he is.
That's the world we're in.
Yeah.
I could give a fuck less. I don't give a fuck. Like, I like Charles Barkley because I think he was the most dominant person and player at his position ever to play at 6'4". Because I've stood next to him. He's not that tall.
Right.
At 6'4", to drop step and dunk on Shaq, David Robinson, fucking all these legendary, humongous creatures is unbelievable. I don't believe there'll ever be a guy like him. So I only judge you for what you are. You were a basketball player to me. I don't look at you as a politician. I don't look at you as anything. I think you could have your own fucking opinion. Now, if you ruffle feathers along the way of your opinion, then what happens is you end up having these fucking idiots on social media who now peg you, no pause, in a manner. They peg you in a certain light that this is you're being pegged in this genre. That's it. You're straight right here. That's it. That's all you are. I don't like you no more. Like, it's crazy. You should be able to vote who you want to vote for. You should be able to fucking root who you want to root for. You should be able to fucking do whatever the fuck you want to do. I have no issue. Disagree all you fucking want. A great conversation to me. But I just don't get the fact that you can't say shit anymore because the left and the right have such a major beef that you are now Kobe Bryant, fuck that girl in the ass. I don't like Kobe Bryant no more. Kobe Bryant didn't do shit to you on the court, motherfucker. I don't give a fuck what Kobe Bryant did outside of the court. I don't give a fuck about Kobe and Shaq's beef. I don't give a fuck. I don't know either one of them. I know what he did on the court. That's all I give a fuck about because he's not my homeboy. Like, you guys got to understand, I'm not your homie and you're not my homie. You're not Shaq's homie or Kendrick Perkins' homie. All you do are making fucking excuses. All you're doing is making assumptions, and assumptions make assholes of us all. You know how many times, Smitty, I've been told, man, I thought you were an asshole, but damn, you cool as a motherfucker. I would kick it with you in a heartbeat. You know how how ignorant you were up until that point, though? Do you know how assumptions cost you a friend in me?
You got a friend in me.
I don't go backwards. I'm not looking that way. I don't look in the rearview mirror. I don't go that way. So for me to just say, you know what, dog? Bygones be bygones. It's cool that you judged me for fucking the last 6 years and you told lies about me on social media and you talk shit about my daughter and myself and my mom. It's okay. I'll just forgive it. No, I won't. Fuck you. Get the fuck out of here, you bitch ass motherfucker. See, that's me. So anyway, Don't come back now, Smitty. Don't come back now, homie. Do your research. Be the CEO of yourself. This is what I told you that you did miss, Smitty. I said, be the fucking CEO of yourself. Go do some research. Go dig deep. Go turn over rocks. I say that because we were talking, and Matt and I were talking about this. Dog, be the CEO of yourself. People lie to you every day. And 90% of us in America depend on social fucking media. From a 20-minute video that you and I do, they'll clip it down to a 1-minute segment, and they'll take trigger words from that 1 minute and depict us as that person. They won't do anything else. Guess who else did that? Netflix. Only 400 million people saw me in a 16 hours of 16 episodes.
That's it? Just 400 million?
Yeah, but they filmed me for 5,000 hours, but you only saw 16 hours. And all you expected me to be this guy. I'm this guy. You're this guy. It is an embarrassment. I get secondhand embarrassment from people that judge other people that they've never met. People that judge people's businesses and professions that they've never worked in. I just find it embarrassing. And I think that's where we are as a society right now. Moving on amicably, this fucking weirdo is supposedly on the top of Time magazine.
The world's most influential people, Patrick Mahomes, Time 100. I mean, hey, he's popping right now. The man's popping. Number one quarterback in the world right now. Back-to-back championships, trying to get a third one. You know what I mean? He makes plays when he needs to make plays, and that's what it is. You know, he might do all that too, JB, but he wins doing it.
You know what my point of doing all that is?
Nope.
That's what's influential now. Weird fucking shit. That's what we look up to. We don't even know who fucking O.J. Simpson was as a football player. We know him as a fucking so-called murderer. You don't know him as a player. You don't know who Eric Dickerson was nowadays. You rather play video games, look on Twitter and Instagram chat or whatever it's Insta chat, and Snapchat. You rather do that shit than fucking understand who the actual player was. Are you fucking shitting me? And we expect these guys to care about football? To your point earlier, Smitty, they don't care about football no more. They just want a bag. They'll do zero research. 90% of the research done in America depends on someone else. You don't do your own research, and that has caused a huge fucking problem. That's just what it is, I think. I don't know. That's my take. But
JB, you are really good at this media thing, man. Like you'll take whatever and twist it in a way, not twist it, but like you'll find a way to deliver your overall belief system from anything. Like you could take any post, any item, and somehow connect it to like this other thought that you had. Like I saw that magazine, and like my brain didn't even go where your brain went. I'm just like, hey, okay, he's best quarterback in the world, back-to-back championships. You got to throw one on the way, you know, whatever. Yeah, he's influential.
Can you break this down for this guy right here?
Okay, J-Mo-D. Didn't JB just say people don't know him and judge him? Ain't he judging Pat Mahomes?
Smitty, I gotta hope my co-host is smart enough to understand the difference in what I just said. I just mentioned that my opinion is a professional one. I actually got a paycheck in the NFL. Yep. I actually coached, and I have 28 guys playing in it. I actually played the position that I'm discussing Patrick Mahomes about. I actually coached the position I'm talking about. I actually head coached 28 NFL players. I actually have a hands-on based experience. Oh, now you're looking for clarity. When are you going to learn, homies? When are you guys going to learn that you can't fuck with me on any of this? The man just told you I connect everything. I will connect everything. AJ Maverick, you got a hard on for me, apparently, because everything you say is in caps. Because you're cap. You're cap. AJ Maverick. See, you're the guy that wants to take a selfie of me and have my book signed by me and then come on here and change your whole disguise, your name. You got a whole new account. and then you want to have a whole debate in here because you're not a member. You're a nobody. You're an absolute nobody. And you have zero resume. I just want to stop talking to people that have no resume. This is you. Your arms are you.
JB not playing around today, man. He not playing around today. What you got going on the rest of the day, man? It's the middle of the week. It's Wednesday. Are you coming out to LA? You doing any work, or you going to be chilling all day?
That's him. Well, become a member, bitch boy. I mean, become a member, bitch boy. I'm waiting on you. Become a member, homie. You want to talk so goddamn much? I'm a clown. Yet you've never met me. We just talked about this, bitch boy. But you know what you are? A bitch. I know it because it's fact. You're a bitch in the chat right now. You're a bitch. So, see, you're judging me because you've never met me, calling me a clown, but yet you've never met me. I know, and I can say you're a bitch because of your actions here in the chat. You're a nobody. You're a nobody. So, anyway, moving on amicably.
Shout out to Mike Bundy, man. Coach, could you fix Shadeur, meaning no or maybe or yes or wouldn't waste of time? Shout out to Mike Bundy, $9.99.
He's not a big time NFL guy. He's just not. He doesn't have anything that Smitty. Listen.
Could you fix him or not?
No, you can't fix broken shit. Listen, here's the problem. You can't. I don't believe the normal cat out here can grasp the concept. Okay. I don't think they can actually grasp what I was talking about or saying because you've never done it. I can't walk into Bank of America and become a bank teller. I just can't do it. I have to go through a lot of training. And then on top of that, I don't want to fucking be a bank teller because I'll rob that motherfucker.
Okay.
And so I don't even want to go into, you know what I mean? I'm going to rob it eventually. I'm going to come up with a scheme to rob the motherfucker and just disappear one day.
Right.
So, and then we get studio, you know, and then everything works out.
Right.
But until then, you're trying to dive into a world of the unknown for you. You're not. You don't never been in it. You never been in it. You never done it. And then yet you assume and presume to know what I do and say. And I'm a clown now. And I'm this. You're never going to beat it, dog. It's actually exhausting to try to get these fucking idiots to understand it. It really is. I don't get it. But, you know, I am now allowed to, just like ESPN and everybody else, to make an assumption, a professional opinion on this guy. And
that's what it is.
This guy. And whoever else, Smitty. And this guy. So, I mean, it is what it is. So,
who you got winning the last play-in game between the Pelicans and the Kings? Who's gonna get that last spot, JB?
Yeah, we're on the last minute. See, again, let me address this AJ Maverick real quick.
Do your thing, man. Hey, I've been trying to get him off AJ this whole time. AJ keep going and JB just keep going. So, hey, do your thing. Finish the show, cussing them out. I'm gonna eat my rest of my little granola.
Did you read that?
He said, "How you know where we been?"
No, read it. Oh, I want you to read it right.
How you let know where we been? AJ's pissed off right now, so he's typing fast, bro. That's it. You pissed him off, so he's typing fast.
All right, let me answer. Nobody gives a fuck, homie. You're a nobody. You don't understand that Smitty's drinking his drink because nobody cares where you've been. That's why you're on my show, you fucking idiot. We don't care about you, homie. Why don't you people understand? We don't care about nobodies.
Don't y'all love when JB's voice like goes to that tone?
You're here every day to talk shit. You're a nobody. Dog, You get no pussy unless you take it. You fucking don't get any type of fucking you live with your mama in her basement, homie. You drive a leased vehicle with 26-inch rims on the motherfucker. You're behind on the payments. You go buy white pro clubs and Jordans. You think you're balling. You tell every hood ratchet bitch in the fucking hood that you're a baller. You live at your mama's house and she pays your fucking phone bill. Stop lying to these bitches. You know you don't get nothing but dopehead pussy, motherfucker. Shut up. Get your bitch ass up out of here. And guess what? I used to fuck motherfuckers like you in the pen, homeboy. Now get your bitch ass up out of here. So, anyway, moving on amicably. Let's dive into the picks of the week. Brought to you by winnable.com/picks. Clap it up.
Hey, we're going to start posting videos on Winnable, JB. We're going to start posting videos on Winnable, JB, because we're able to do that now. It doesn't have to just be the picture. So we're going to start giving our picks in creative ways. So it might be JB getting his toes done while he's giving you the pick of the day. It might be Big Smitty bench pressing 225 while I'm giving my pick of the day. We're going to start being really creative and giving you guys exclusive content while simultaneously give you our picks to allow you to help guide you and you making real money. So you'll only get this content on Winnable. We're doing a huge promo right now where if you join this week, you'll get in at a locked discounted price. Like once you get in at your price, that's your price. So even when the cost goes up,
are you on Matt's podcast tonight?
I am, like now.
Okay. Listen, right, I don't defend my comment about fucking you in the pen. We already talked about our pen thing. So whatever. So we already know. You already know about my pen. It's a separate deal. Smitty already know that he understands that. It's a whole nother thing. It's a pen talk, and then in the street, a whole nother thing. If you don't know where we've had this discussion before already. And then the nobody on Twitter, Smitty, you better not associate with yourself with JB no more. He's not the guy for you. Shut up. You're a sellout. You're a bitch. All right, now, let me dive into our picks. I'm going to give you the lock pick of the night. And my lock pick of the night, drum roll, is Smitty, I'm torn. So it's not a lock pick.
Make the pick real quick. I gotta go. Matt is texting me right now. He cussing me out right now.
He tried to take he wants your co-host spot on this show. So let him know when you go into that show.
Okay.
That you ain't getting my spot, homie.
I'm not even worried about that.
Like you're nuts on him.
I'm not even worried about that. I'm so great that like I'm irreplaceable at this point. The show is fucked up if I leave.
Hey, that's a bit. You don't even think about it. It doesn't even bother you.
You don't even do nothing to me.
I'm taking the Chicago Bulls at home to end the play-in run of the Atlanta Hawks, which has been in the play-in and got in the playoffs the last few years and actually had a decent run. They should have never got rid of the coach. I thought years ago, I love coach. Can't think of his name.
What coach?
Came from the Sonic. Played.
What team?
Hawks.
The Hawks' current coach?
No. The one they fired, they ran out because fucking shitbird Ty Young or whatever.
You talking about Nate McMillan?
Huh?
Nate McMillan.
Yeah, Nate McMillan, dog.
Yeah. I know you're talking about. Yeah.
I'm taking the Bulls.
There you go. He going with the Bulls.
I'm gonna have my picks though. By the way, 70% winner.
I'm gonna give you my picks on Winnable. I ain't gonna give it to you right now. Go to Winnable right now. We need 3 more people to reach our daily number goal that I listed at the beginning of the show. Who gonna be the next 3 to join the mob? Let me know. I really have to go though. I'm gonna hop on the Matt Machezzi's show right now. He's live. Make sure y'all hop onto the show right now. Hey, JB, close the show out. Shout out to AJ Maverick. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Chris, everybody else. Y'all have a good one. I'm out. JB, give it closing remarks right now. Closing remarks. Closing remarks
already.
Closing remarks.
We'll be back tomorrow for Truth Telling Thursday with Steve Kim and Shaun King. Don't miss it. It'll be legendary. We'll see you tomorrow. Peace.
get pressed so fast you don't get sacked like bags and baggage. Smitty and Jason Brown, kill the, yeah, it's a rap. We what the game.